Yeah. Well, good evening, racing fans. Welcome to racing action from Grand River Raceway for this Friday evening, approximately 20 minutes to post time. We're live in Elora, Center Wellington, nonetheless, and just a gorgeous day. Little white fluffies, but mostly blue sky overhead, and just perfect weather. Not hot, not cold, nice and moderate. And well, let's get a look at the changes. We have 10 races for your enjoyment this evening. Track listed as fast. Race number 1, number 4, Lancelot, flip flops to steel up front. That's flip flops to steel up front. Races 2 and 3 have no changes. No changes, races 2 or 3. In race number 4, Keystone Dakota, steel to aluminum shoes up front. Races 5 through 9, no changes. And race number 10, number 2, new shooter, is scratched. Race 10, scratch 2, new shooter. Once again, reviewing races 1 and 2. Race 1, number 4, Lancelot, flip-flops to steel shoes up front. And races 2 and 3 are no changes. It's 18 minutes to post time and time to welcome in our London Bureau Chief live from Western Fair Raceway in London, Ontario, and our handicapping expert as well, Shannon Doyle. Oh, wearing the red today, and I hope we'll
Yeah,
get.
I was down at. I'll tell you why. I was down at the rookie showcase at Woodbine Mohawk Park, and I wanted to wear the team colors of McNair because they had lots of babies
There you go.
qualifying yesterday morning and this morning. So yeah, I put the team colors on for Greg and Doug McNair and their team, and they had a pretty good day yesterday. Scott McEnany, wow, what a great bunch of fillies he's got going into the 2026 season. It's an exciting time of year, Gary.
Glad to see the young horses coming out, and our horse supply has been pretty strong of late. In fact, unfortunately, with the dropping of Rideau Carleton Raceway, it's had an impact here in southern Ontario. I feel bad for the people up there in the Ottawa region. And we've
Indeed.
certainly been inundated with horses. We'll see how it all plays out. And of course, now we've got Clinton, Dresden, Hanover, all these tracks coming online. I don't know who I'm leaving out.
Summer tracks.
Yeah, Kawartha maybe, but
Yeah, Kawartha. They had a big wager there recently. They get good crowds on those Saturday nights too, right? I've
absolutely.
never been, but it's on the list. I'm going to get there eventually.
I've announced there a couple of cards. I like to fill in once
Very good.
everywhere just so that I've been there. But then, although, look, there was an announcer by the name of James Witherite Reed. He announced Tioga and a few other
Yep.
tracks, and he was the guy that would travel all over the place and then talk to the announcer and get to call a race or two. He was a good announcer, but he ended up like just an enormous. It was like 70 or 80 tracks that he had announced that. It was crazy.
Wow. Some people keep a running tally of the number of races they've called throughout their careers. I've never
No,
done that. I never will do that. I don't know if you've done that,
I
but
don't care.
yeah, I'm not really. If someone was to say roundabout figure, I might be up around 20, 25,000 calls, but really, I mean to keep track of every single call, it was
Yeah.
never in my mind to want to do that, to keep track of that stuff. So
Well,
I'm just happy to be playing a role in harness racing, my favorite sport.
yeah. I know the number will be really high because, and I always joke to people that I'm a quality. I'm quantity over quality. Yeah, go for the quantity. You bring the quality, and I'll bring the quantity. We've got it covered, a pair of cues. But we're here at the G
Great.
track.
Okay.
We're gonna get back in about 8 minutes to post time. Have you done your homework on this pick five? You got some bright ideas?
I've tried it. You know, I think people taking a shot at this pick five, I don't think they got to spend a whole lot of money. You know, I've kind of tightened up the wallet this evening.
Oh, you, the big spender, are going a little cheaper here. So then obviously
Yeah,
you've
I
got.
got to save it up for NA Cup night, man. Tomorrow evening, big card at Mohawk.
Well, you spent
Oh,
all your money on that shirt, but it certainly looks fabulous, and it even ties in with the Grand River on behind. You got the red, the blue, you got it all rocking, and well, we'll see.
yeah.
Okay, some wisdom coming up at about 8 minutes to post time. We'll talk to you then with the pick five.
Sounds good, Gary. Welcome back to the show, everyone. You're watching Grand River Raceway. Sugar Doyle with you from the studio in London. Gary Guy, of course, set to call the action. 10 races on tap, lots of big fields for this evening. Before we dive in to the Pick 5 ticket ideas, well, it's another shout out, and this one's for the Michigan boys. They're on board tonight playing the horses. Hope all is well, fellas. Good luck with your horse playing through this weekend. It's a big weekend, and it's a big shout out for the Michigan boys. Enjoy the racing action here at Grand River Raceway tonight, fellas. Alrighty, let's go into some Pick 5 ticket ideas. We've got 3 tickets to look at, one for myself, Gary Guy, and Connolly Ecclestone. So for me, opening leg of this early Pick 5, I'm using 1, 2, 7, and 8. I'm going to try Long Black Limousine. It's going to be the second start of the season. I really like the seasonal debut. Came from a long ways back to be third. We'll also try the 2 Antebellum. We've got 7 HP Imagine, and the outside 8 Vista Verde. That was one of 3 Guy Gagnon winners there on June the 5th at the River. It's the outside post to overcome this evening for that one, though. Race number 2, we're going to try the 6 Modicon and Walner, and the 8 Unsurpassable. Right on, over into the third race, another trotting event. We'll try 3 Gucci Goo, as well as the 7 Tavern on the Green. Tavern on the Green, a sharp winner last time out. Philly on board for play. 40 in the fourth, with the 1, 3, 5, and 6 pacing event. The YYC on the horizon, no plan intended. Party in the Shadow, Silver Spirit. I think you want to use all 4 in there. And on the end of it, we'll try the inside 2, HB Josephine and Beach Wiggle. They're kind of popping off the page in race number 5. $25.60 on a 20-cent ticket. I guess we did open up the wallet a bit for this early Pick 5 at the River. Gary Guy standing by, and he's got a Pick 5 ticket idea to go through here. And he likes that $9.60 price. Hey, Gary?
I'm in on $9.60. So basically, we started off the show. You lied to me. You said you're going tight, and then you went big, so you fibbed.
It happens sometimes. It happens.
I've never ever told a lie. But listen, I'll tell you, 1 and 2 here: Long Black Limousine and Antebellum. Look, 7 and 8 are my third and fourth choices, but I just narrowed it down to 2 because I go cheap.
Sure.
And second race, I went even cheaper. Emoticon Walner. And
I wanted to single that one too, Gary, but it's trotters, and I always like to have a plan B with those trotters.
Well, yeah, and sometimes even a plan C and D, but I went to just plan A and stopped right there. And then in the third race, again, I only went too deep because Muskie Man and Tavern on the Green, I just narrowed it down. I didn't use Gucci Goo. You know what?
Uh-oh.
The 2 G's didn't use the 3 G's, so we'll see. But that would have been 5 G's, and that's what's on my phone, 5G apparently. Race number 4, it's a 6, 3, and 5. I took those 3. I didn't use YYC and the Horizon off of back-to-back runner finishes, but you can't love them all.
Right.
I loved 3 of them in there. And then I rounded it out. I thought the 5th race was a little harder. You actually went narrower. I did have both HB Josephine and Beach Wiggle. I think you had to, but I also added in Kelly's Chase, which is one you were high on June the 3rd, then tried Woodbine, and I thought raced better at Woodbine, and I'm going to come back to the one that you were high on June the 3rd, and maybe you've soured on the horse, and then Better Than Crush, just because that 9-horse Better Than Crush was really good last year and has had one race this year. Didn't do much at all, but the back half was really good, and a mile of 54 and 4. Better Than Crush in the 5th race, number 9, could be a real sleeper in there.
I agree with you with Better Than Crush, because I did go back. I mentioned the other night the replays are a wonderful thing here at Grand River Raceway, and I did check the replay on Better Than Crush. It's the season debut for that one. It doesn't look like she was interested, but she closed up very good on the end of it. She didn't pass horses, but she finished right there with them, Gary. So I like your ticket idea, $9.60 for Gary. One more ticket to look at here for a friend of the show, Connolly Ecclestone. Let's see what Connolly's got going on. He likes to chase after the price players now and then. He's going to go 4 deep to start things up with a 1, 2, 3, and 7. And here he is, singling in race number 2. It's Bridgie. Andre Goish gets the call for trainer Brett Lester off a big deuce in the latest over Flamborough. Now, that one has missed a few weeks of racing action coming in from the half miler, but a single for Conley nonetheless in race number 2 with Bridgie. Third race for Conley. He's on 1 Muskie Man, the 3 Gucci Goo. Big middle half for Gucci Goo in the latest, 56-4 on the wide side at that. 40 for Conley in the 4th race using a 1, 3, 5, and 6. And on the end of it, the 5th race for Conley. He went inside as well. We're on the same page there. He's using 1 HP Josephine, the 2 Beach Wiggle. Again, those two kind of popping off the page for us in race number 5. Conley's in to go for $12.80. This is the $5,000 guaranteed pool pick 5, part of the go-to wagering menu at Grand River Raceway. The go-to wagers are the pick 5s tonight, starting up races 1 and 6. You'll see pick 4s beginning in races 2 and 7. And of course, you got the non-jackpot high 5 opportunities in races 5 and 10. Lots of big fields. Best of luck to all racing and playing along this evening.
Field on post parade. One is Long Black Limousine, Austin Story for Rachel Andrew and Carl Bagnall. Number 2 is Antebellum, Brady Golliers for Greg McNair and James Everett. Number 3 is Charmville Cash, Jay Harris for Janai Gallant and Martin Kepfer. Number 4 is Lancelot, Stuart Sowery for Shane Arsenault and William Bigler. Number 5, Mac the Knight, Dale Spence for Joe Pereira and Chris Menina. And number 6, Love Wins, Paul McKenzie for Alan Fair and Elizabeth Fair. Number 7 is HP Imagine, Sammy Filia for Marcel Berrio and Gaston Mestel. 8 is Vista Verde Giguena for Jeremy and Denny Marcotte. And number 9, High Value, Damian McClellan for Kyle Bossens and William Brown and Levi Kepfer. It's a field of 9. It's race number 1. First of 10 dashes on a beautiful Friday night. And we're going to start off with the favorite here, Long Black Limousine, 8-5 the board. But look at Rachel Andrews' barn this year. Look at the numbers.
Yeah, quite an average, 4-11, 17 wins from 65 outings, and her place and showings are really good in her 2026 season. We saw her lots in London through the January to May months, and here is Long Black Limousine, owned by Carl Bagnall out of Stratford, Prince Edward Island, and just catching the warm up. Austin's letting this one roll pretty good. The lungs are getting opened up on this one. This horse going to be breathing fine through this opener, and I do like the closing speed in that seasonal debut. We mentioned the other night, post 9, not an easy spot to win a race or even hit the board from, but especially for the trotters. But a real good third on the comeback race. It was months between starts for that one, and I can see why the betting public is getting behind this one at 9-5.
Yeah, and this is a solid-looking horse, pretty muscled up along the inside, 9-5 on the board. Number 2, Antebellum. If you were here June the 5th, you saw this one race extremely well from post 8.
Yeah, some good gate speed, and we mentioned it's not easy, those inside posts at Grand River. If you're a speed horse, you probably want to be leaving 4, 5, or 6, but Antebellum, good snap off the gate to take control in the latest, just picked off late. I got my McNair team colors on tonight. Could be McNair to start things up here. Brady Gollier is on board this too, Antebellum.
Yeah, and the thing, too, with Antebellum, probably can outleave Long Black Limousine. You don't see the gate speed, but, Austin did fire up that Long Black Limousine. He might be trying to drive right on out and take no passengers as he drives to the lead. But we'll see what Antebellum has to say. 7-2. Those are the two that right now are getting a bunch of the money. The third choice, though, we both have number 7. HP Imagine is the third choice. And remember, May the 21st, May the 14th at Flamborough. Of course, I announced at Flamborough a winner by 10 3/4. Just bombed the field.
Betting public loves this horse. Heavy favorite in each of her last 3 starts. Goes out for veteran trainer Marcel Berriot. Sam Fillion, he's been on a pretty good run at Grand River Raceway. I like his style. Sammy likes to put them in play if they've got that early speed to work with. It appears this Green Manalishi filly's she is an early speed threat, Gary.
Yeah, she didn't do as much as a 2-year-old, but so far 3 starts as a 3-year-old. Came off the shelf, came off flying, and last race moved up to this class. So that was the first start in the non-winners of 2. Another try at this level. Very competitive last race. A little tougher assignment, but likely is going to be providing some gate speed. And to break Vista Verde, well, what did he do wrong last race other than just turn those 2 V's, put them together, and get a W?
Yeah, that was all right. Many family and friends of Guy Gagnon were very happy to see him pick up a driving triple there on the night that Vista Verde was a winner. Now she's on the outside looking in, or he is on the outside looking in this evening. But I don't think it matters for this fella. He wants to race from off the pace. He was picking them off late last time out, so a good confidence building win. So he's coming in and offering a real good price right now, 8-1. It's just up to Guy. How's he going to work out a decent trip from the outside post 8, Gary?
And a quick thought back down on the inside. 1 Long Black Limousine is a 4-year-old gelding, and number 2 Antebellum is a 3-year-old filly. What do you think about that at this point of the season?
Yeah, not a whole lot of starts on any of these, really. Like Long Black Limousine, even though he is 4, he doesn't have a whole lot of career experience. I watched him lots down at Charlottetown, and he never showed a whole lot for early speed. When he tried to show early speed, maybe he got a little bumpy, but he always had a real good closing kick on the end of it. Now, if Austin can keep that trotter, number one, long black limousine covered up for much of the way, he's going to get a big shot late.
Yeah, and comparing the fours to threes, I think you would agree that if you're looking at a 2-year-old versus a 3-year-old, that year difference is much more of a factor than the 3 to the 4.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, but
How about this four, Lancelot? Now, the TV crew obviously likes the look of this four. Lancelot, I like the look of him as well. He looks fantastic,
well,
actually, and he's taking action 7-2.
changing flip flops to steel shoes up front, sent up by Shane Arsenault. Shane's had a lot of success over the years. This is one that made breaks in his last two at Mohawk, and then the change of the shoeing. And look, last time out, it was parked every step here and was very competitive until they turned for home. So if Lancelot gets a better steer, well, Stuart Sowerby, Shane Arsenault, that could be Team S from post position 4. Lancelot's getting a lot of action.
If Lancelot fires, takes control early, and happens to make it down to the pylons, it could be game over for the rest of them. I don't have him on my ticket for the pick five play, but the betting public getting behind this one at 7-2.
And well, that last race certainly is a reason for that. It's a field of 9 taking up their positions. It's long black limousine, Antebellum and Charmble Cash in the center. Lancelot back the night. To the outside, Love Wins and HP Imagine and Vista Verde in the second tier. High Value. It's a field of 9. It's the first of 10 dashes on a Friday night as we are gathered at the river. Field for the first dash. In position in the backstretch. And the field for race number 1 is at the start of the rough, and Love Wins is going to blast with Antebellum on the inside, and then HP Imagine as the field drives it into that turn. Right now it is Love Wins and HP Imagine. Antebellum is third, racing on the outside Vista Verde fourth, and Long Black Limousine is fifth away. Then it is Charmble Cash and High Value. Lancelot is second from last, and Mac the Night is trailing the field. Long Black, rather on the outside, HP Imagine driving up and clearing to the front. HP Imagine, Love Wins is racing position second and doesn't want to sit the pocket. Love Wins is going to loop up at 35-1 and to retake the lead. Love Wins for Paul McKenzie, and now that is HP Imagine sitting second. Antebellum is third. Racing fourth is High Value. Long Black Limousine is fifth and is going to step to the outside and get cover. Now popping out from third as they work their way on into the backstretch. Antebellum took out. It's Antebellum on the outside, first up third. And then Vista Verde to the outside. Charmble Cash on the inside. Long Black Limousine is sixth, but is advancing. Racing seventh is High Value, and then it is Lancelot as the field hustles their way on towards the three-quarter mile marker. And it is Love Wins at 35-1, but there goes Long Black Limousine now, and Long Black Limousine is able to scoop the lead, and they race on by three-quarters. Long Black Limousine now is taking over, 1-2 on the board. Love Wins racing on the inside is reclaiming second. Antebellum to the outside. HP Imagine is on the inside fourth, and then Vista Verde and Charmble Cash. Long Black Limousine leads by 2 1/4 lengths as the field turns from Antebellum and Love Wins dueling for second. It'll be Long Black Limousine large coming to the finish. Now is slowing noticeably. Long Black Limousine is crying for the finish, and here comes HP Imagine. It's going to be a tight win photo. HP Imagine was flying so quickly it's hard to tell if HP Imagine passed before or after the finish, but boy, running out of gas. Long Black Limousine didn't have enough gas in the tank, and it's going to be a close win photo.
It will be, Gary. I mean, you mentioned it. Long Black Limousine on fumes. Those final strides towards the finish, but the backside business. Wow, what a move going up to three quarters like this one. The Long Black Limousine. We knew he had a big late kick, but it was used prior to three quarters, where he probably trotted that third quarter in 27 and change. We didn't think there'd be a whole lot of early speed from him, but wow, he's got a big engine when he wants to start things up. Does he ever have a presence out there?
Well, he held on to win, but only by inches. And, the hardest one to know who won at the finish is when one horse is flying and one is stopping, because of course he passes him. You kind of got to lock your head on the finish and try to decide, did he pass him 4 inches before the finish or 4 inches after the finish, because
Right.
obviously he does go by him.
Oh yeah. I mean, this horse needed the wire so bad, and with that big move going into the final turn and taking off, it's good he was able to see it through. And yeah, nice victory for Long Black Limousine, for a veteran of the sport. Carl Bagnall has had horses for decades down around Prince Edward Island. A very nice trotter for him here, Long Black Limousine. Rachel Andrew, an Islander, as well as Austin Sorey. So it's for PEI connections here. How about the horse players diving in? Over $70,000 wagered on that opener, Gary.
Boy, I tell you one thing: if HP Imagine at 15 to 1, now he would have been played higher in the pick five, I have to assume, but that would have blown it up a bit.
Oh, for sure. Like, this is a heavy favorite here at 1-2. I mean, there's going to be lots of people moving on with their pick five tickets, but yeah, if HP Imagine gets there for Sammy, ooh,
Yeah,
that would have threw a wrench into things for sure.
what Robert used to always say: it's not who wins, it's who they knock out. And if you knock out a 1 to 2, that's a lot of tickets falling on the floor.
Smart man, Robert Reed Jr.
1726 on the board. Back in front of us is one Long Black Limousine. June Long Black Limousine is a 4-year-old six-pack bay gelding. Carl Bagnall from Stratford. PEI is the owner. Rachel Andrew, the trainer. Austin Sorey, Smiling Austin, back in the winner's circle, holding on to win. First win this year, fifth lifetime Long Black Limousine, taking race 157-1. The first race, one Long Black Limousine, 310, 250, 210, 7 HP Imagine, 630, 470, and 2 Antebellum, 220. $2 exactor, $26 dollar try, 33.80. Dollar super, 153.75. 20-cent super, 30.75. Fans note there is some difficulties with the replay, but our video team, our razor sharp video team, is going to work it out. A technical glitch, but we'll be picking up the Shannon joining us with his pick four comments coming up in just a moment. The first race order of finish from the top: 1-3-5-7 DNF4 268. That's 1-3-5-7 DNF4 268 on the bottom.
Ready, welcome back to the show. So many live players on the early pick five with the long black limousine race favorite trotting to a new life best of 157 and 1, and just enough to hold on in there. We skip on over to race number 2, which will begin a $2,500 guaranteed pool pick four play right here. Trotter starting things up. Let's get a look at some ticket ideas then. We'll look at the one I've mapped out here. It's the early pick four. Again, $2,500 guaranteed pool. We're using 6 and 8, Emoticon and Waldner, and Unsurpassable. Here in race number 2, flip on over to the third, continuing with Trotters. I love the 3, Gucci Goo in there for Paul McKenzie, also including 7, Tavern on the Green, Sam Felion. We're going to go 40 with the Pacers in the fourth, using 1, 3, 5, and 6. And then popping off the page for me in race number 5 are both the 1, HP Josephine, and 2, Beach Wiggle. Indigo for only $6.40 on a 20-cent pick four at the river. Gary Guy's got a pick four ticket mapped out as well here. Let's bring up Gary's ticket and see what he's talking about. Singles. Number 6, Emoticon and Waldner. Now, I did mention to Gary I would have liked to single that one as well, but, younger trotters with some inexperience, anything can happen in a horse race, they always say, and it likely happens more with the young, inexperienced trotters. Gary singles up the 6 in race 2. The third race, Gary went to the rail starter Muskie Man, had a great run in London earlier this season. He also tries the 7, Tavern on the Green. 3 deep for Gary in the fourth. His top selection there being 6, Silver Spirit, trying to double up for trainer Jacob Roberts, with Jason Ryan staying on. His backup plans are 3 and 5. And then in the fifth race, Gary going 4 deep with the 2, 5, 1, and 9. Number 2, Beach Wiggle is top selection in there. Team Cullen sending out Beach Wiggle with Jason Ryan up. Gary in for just $4.80 on his 20-cent pick four ticket idea. And one more option for pick four tickets, Conley Ecclestone. Going to stay on that single, number 1, Bridgie. Bridgie did not make Gary's ticket, did not make my ticket, but it's the single here. As we mentioned, Connolly likes to chase after the price players. You're getting 10 to 1 right now for the rail starter Bridgie in race 2. He's on 1 and 3 in the third. Muskie Man with Gucci Goo. 40 for Connolly in the fourth. And he will end it with the inside 2 in the fifth. HB Josephine, Beach Wiggle again for me. They're kind of popping off the page. Maybe a good exactor box angle in race number 5. To play along with Connolly, only $3.20 on a 20-cent wager. Best of luck with your pick four plays at the river.
Field on post for the second. One Bridgie. Andre Goy for Brett Lester. And Mario Vellani and Aldo Cicchetti. Number 2 is Ira. Paul McKenzie for Kyle Rule and Triple S Equine. Number 3 is Green Lollipop. Brady Gollier for Ashley Lenvoy and Gino Toscani. And number 4, Polishing Station Guigagnon for Jean-Francois McGuire. 5 is Cool Calm Collected. Jason Ryan for Rod Boyd and Rick McNeil and John Osinga. And number 6 in Moticon Walner, Semi-Filiar for Luc Blais. Number 7, D'Amerlo, Dag Henriksen for Mike Rive and Gary Sullivan. 8 is Unsurpassable, Jay Bourbonneau for Julie Walker and Walker Racing. And 9 is Carrots Runaway, Austin Sorry for Shane Weber and Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. Field of 9, race number 2. Let's get a look at this field. Well, the money has come from Moticon Walner, and this is one that raced better last race, came from off the pace. We'll see if this one can get off the gate, though, this particular start. You do see a qualifier here, Sugar, May the 27th. Shows leaving, but really it's just because the qualifier is not as snug, so left from post 7 to get away second, but it was still just a 31-second quarter. Needs to be able to step out a little bit more, I think, and then I'd feel more comfortable that I have this one on top.
I'm looking to the left of Emoticon and Walner, and I'm not seeing a whole lot of speed. I guess the best gate speed would be the one, Bridgie, who Conley's got singled up here on his multi-leg wagers. But I think if Sammy just kind of floats on out of there, keeps it together, and make a press for the lead. And if this son of Walner can take control and mind his manners while doing so, he's going to be tough to catch here, 9-5. But I'm going to look and hope for early speed from this one, Gary.
Certainly one that's meant to be a good one is heavily bred Emoticon Walner. And look, number 8, Unsurpassable. I used this one for third. You bumped up to second and used this one in your pick 5. And Unsurpassable, well, the problem is hasn't raced since September 19th of last year.
It's a barn change, though, so the horse has gotten a change of scenery. Big son of muscle mass, big tall son. Bert Renault on board for now trainer Julie Walker, and does have the Grand River experience and did show some pretty good speed mid-September at a post 6 to sit up close. And I'm going to expect a gate leave from post 8. I don't mind the outside post if the horse has got some gate speed. Now, if Bert elects to take back, then his chances go way down. But I'm going to hope this one floats on out of there and hopes for a spot up close as well, Gary.
One thing with young trotters, sometimes when you get one that you want to leave with from post 8, you get the benefit of maybe 2 or 3 going off stride, so you don't have to pass as many because you get an easier path getting out and then getting over.
Exactly. We've seen it lots before. I know we saw it a few times with that London Classic Sales Series through the month of May in London. Just drivers with horses leaving outside with early speed. They kind of just floated them out, waited to see what happened in the opening turn, and then when the dust settled, made their moves forward. So I think that's what you're going to see from the 6 and 8. Just kind of float on out of there, keep it together, eye up the situation, and then head towards the front.
9 Carrots Runaway. Won't be able to leave likely from the trailer post, but good back half last time out. Maybe can be one that's coming late.
Austin Sorry on board, got the job done in the opener, so he's gone off in the right direction early. Great looking filly here, but it's that trailing spot, right? Trailing spot, tough for any horse, little tougher for the trotters versus pacers too.
And now you got to speak for Conley because he's all in on Bridgie. Used this one for 4th. I used Bridgie for 2nd, so I'm closer to Conley's thought on Bridgie, even though I like Emoticon Walner. But Bridgie, that was a good last race at Flamborough.
Sub 2 minute speed at Flamborough and a pretty good gate leave from the inside post as well. if Goish can keep this one together, which it appears, like I said, the Colt is pretty honest. He appears to have the best early speed. Now, Conley might be onto something here. 7-1 price player.
Yeah, that would be for him to have that one alone and then still be
Singles,
alive
wow.
with a pretty big pick
Yeah.
five pool. You mentioned a lot of people in on it, so we'll see how it unfolds. But the money is on 8 Unsurpassable. We're both on the 6 Emoticon Walner taking the leap on that heavily bred
Let's
Walner
go.
son. It's a field of 9 with Bridgie, Ross, and Green Lollipop on the inside, polishing station, Cool Calm Collected. To the outside of Emoticon Walner, D.A. Merlot and Unsurpassable in the second tier. Carrots Runaway. And right now, Unsurpassable is way back at the start. Field for race number 2 is at the start. And they're off, and leaving out quickest of all is Cool, Calm, Collected, Bridgie on the inside, Polishing Station, Emoticon Walner, and Eros and Carrots Runaway. And then it is back to Green Lollipop and D.A. Merlot at 25-1. Cool, Calm, and Collected was able to step right out and grab the lead, and now it is Jason Ryan sitting chilly in the bike with Cool, Calm, and Collected, and going off stride now as they race their way on towards us was Bridgie. So it is Cool, Calm, Collected who's got the lead. Polishing Station is second. Emoticon Walner forwardly placed third. Then Ira is racing position fourth. Carrots Runaway. And then it is back to Green Lollipop and D.A. Merlot. And then back to Bridgie. 28-3 opening quarter. And they work their way on into the backstretch. Cool, Calm, Collected still at 25-1 is leading. And Emoticon Walner on the outside now. Off stride goes Ira. They work their way past a half of 59-2 off that 28-3 opening quarter. Cool, Calm, Collected has a lead right now of about 3 lengths, and on the outside of Emoticon Walner is trying to close the gap. Emoticon Walner is racing position second. Polishing Station and getting closer on the outside. Carrots Runaway now is kicking in and is up to take over third. Polishing Station is fourth. Cool, Calm, Collected, but Emoticon Walner at 8-5 is getting closer with every stride. 128-3 is the three-quarter time, and Emoticon Walner and Emoticon Walner and Sammy Filia now able to stride up and grab a slim advantage over Cool, Calm, Collected. Long shot on the inside, tries to rally. Carrots Runaway and Polishing Station front four have separation on the field. Emoticon Walner trying to put away Cool, Calm, Collected. Emoticon Walner, Cool, Calm, Collected is fighting all the way to the finish, and it's close, but Emoticon Walner on the outside did get the better of very game Cool, Calm, Collected. And Carrots Runaway and Polishing Station won 58-3. Emoticon Walner.
I don't know how you do it, Gary. That's close. I couldn't have called a winner there, but you've got the experience factor over me.
Wow.
A very good horse race between that front two. Cool, Calm, and Collected was trying to upset the apple cart, but Emoticon and Walder it just kept on coming. It's a pretty good combination here at the river early on in the meet. Filion for Blay.
And the inquiry time will go up pertaining to number 8, Unsurpassable, who took a lot of money but was having a problem at the start.
Right. I was keeping an eye on that one, the Fair Star poll and the Star poll. I don't think he was inside, so there's a good reason for that inquiry.
Well, and here's the slow motion and coming to the finish, and yeah, the 6 was a winner.
Right.
Come on, man.
Oh,
You were making me doubt. Look, I butchered that race 5 on Wednesday night, so hard to have a lot of faith in me. Well, that wasn't even a close call. I told you what happened, but here we're going to see this.
Check this out, though.
Motion.
This slow-mo was close, Gary.
No, it's not.
Maybe the outside, right? No. Give it to the outside.
Yeah, the idiot announcer got one right, once in a while.
Oh, come on, Gary.
But Emoticon Walner, look, that's twice now we've had close finishes. And the thing with cool, calm, collected. We're going to have to pay attention to that one because that one raced really well, and it was 25-1.
Really
Talk
good,
about
yeah.
that would have been a knockout in the pick five.
Oh, for sure. I mean, imagine if the 15-1 shot wins the opener, and then it's 25-1. I mean, there'd be a great shot at a carryover, but no shot at a carryover just yet. With a couple of favorites winning the first two races, but win photos for both of the races 1 and 2.
Well, Sammy Filia, the Wolf, the winning driver. Moticon
Yes.
Walner, a 3-year-old Walner bay gelding by determination. Trained by Luke Blay. First win for Moticon Walner, 158-3. Also, a track set in the winner's circle is Gordy Rayner. Fans note the judge's ruling that number 8, Unsurpassable, will be refunded was not inside the fair start poll at the start of the race. Refund 8, Unsurpassable. Second race, number 6, Emoticon Walner, 433.10 to 65. Cool Calm Collected, 12.50 and 6.10. And 9 Carrots Runaway, 3.10. $2 Exactor, 65.30. Dollars Ride, 97.50. Dollar Super, 325.15. 20-cent Super, 65.03. We have a double of 1 and 6 is 10.40, and a consolation double of 1 and 8, 3.40. Second race. Order of finish from the top down, 597-421-683. That is 597-421-683 on the bottom. Field on post parade for the third. One Muskie man, Damian McClellan for Kyle Bostonson, Daryl Newbegin, and Levi Kepfer. Number 2, Don't Change My Name, Austin Sorry for John Holding and Morley Bosworth. And number 3 is Gucci Gucci Goo, Paul McKenzie for Kyle Rule and Triple S Equine. And number 4, Belvedere Jessica, Dag Henriksen for Dr. Mike Veneri. 5 is Fast as Lightning, Brady Gollier for Jim Ellis. Number 6, Great Trickster, Bruce Richardson for Joe Coffey and Jason Castellan. Number 7, Tavern on the Green, Sammy Filliard for Luke Bland, Determination. 8 is Hobnob Hanover, Pat Houdon for Sean Garvey. And number 9 is Fire the Rocket, Jason Ryan for Jody Cullen and Don McRae. Field of 9, race number 3. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, Sugar, this race we have a difference of opinion. Tavern on the Green is your top one, but you know what? It's not very much of a difference of opinion because I struggled to decide which way I would go, 1 or 7. I ended up going to the 1 just because I thought I'd get a better price. Tavern on the Green, 6-5. Your top pick is certainly going to take a lot of money.
I do like this 7. I know you got this one pegged as a top 2 player, but you know what? After we look at this 7, let's go to your 1 because we've got plenty to talk about with that rail starter, Muskie Man. But with this 7, Tavern on the Green, you're getting that combination of Samuel Fillion with Luke Blay. We just saw them take race 2. They can come right back here. Tavern on the Green is, the confidence riding high following that victory in 56-4 last time. There's not many of them in here that can trot that 56 speed just yet. Again, there's a little more experience. These are not maidens, of course. These are non-winners of 3 races or 50,000 life. There's some with that are lacking some serious experience, but I love the look of this Tavern on the Green. The son of Green Manalishi. He looks great. He looks very confident, Gary.
One of my thoughts is this one does move up one level, whereas the 1 Muskie Man is back in the same class. Tavern on the Green did beat Long Black Limousine. We saw that one win in the first race, so certainly a good measuring stick. And Tavern on the Green, a $312,000 yearling purchase, so is meant to be a good one. Still early in his career, 3-year-old trotters certainly can develop a long way from this point, June of the 3-year-old campaign. So he might end up being a decent play in terms of the money they spent for him. But Tavern on the Green is getting a lot of action, even money. No, we'll get to number 1, but first up, let's look at your number 3, Gucci Gucci Goo, because, man, you can really like that last start.
It's the big middle half. I've got that circled up. I've got it underlined. I've got lots of doodling around that big middle half of 56-4 on the wide side. And he wasn't giving up. He only missed by a head. Going in the right direction here, Paul McKenzie on board, just a one-time winner this season, but the form's pretty good in his last couple of outings.
And he's a 4-year-old that faced some good company. You saw this one over at London racing well against some decent bunch.
Yeah, I know this horse. Just got to keep his mind on his business. He has to get away cleanly and stay clean throughout.
Number 2, Don't Change My Name. Well, he'd like his name changed to being the name of a horse that's got a win this year. 0 for 16 in the win column.
Austin Sorry hopping up. Catch driving assignment for him. Might be able to shake things up. 16-1 big price player.
He shows gate speed. April the 20th went to the front from a inside post, so maybe it'll be a different plan for Don't Change My Name. I want to get to 9, Fire the Rocket, because we both used this one for 4th. Well, Jason Ryan and Jody Cullen, we just can't possibly leave that tandem off the top 4.
No, and for sure at 35-1, right? Yeah, Team Cullen, Jason Ryan, we've seen that combination work well already this meet, and wouldn't surprise me at all to see this horse hit the Triad Super.
68-1 last time out, landed on the top 4. Certainly the mile before at a 7, so caused people to move away. But boy, you want to be careful moving away from Jody Cullen's horses. Fire the Rocket
Ooh.
and Jason Ryan has to figure out the trailer post, but you get a big price, 35 to 1. Well, let's get to that one Muskie Man down on the inside. My top pick.
16 for 19, top three, including 9 wins this season. I spoke with Damien McClellan this morning at the Rookie Showcase. Damien said this horse did a lot early on in the season, and they all just seem to be catching up with him now. But Damien McClellan, he's got a big cheering section on track there. I met the fellows from Cape Breton this morning. So a big shout out for Keegan, Kenny, Caleb, Jason, and Justin. They might join Damien in the winner's circle here should he get there with number one Muskie Man, who you kind of like.
Well, one of my thoughts, the last two starts were both from trailer posts, and didn't enjoy that at all. You go 3 back at London, had post 1, second beaten a neck. The start before that, post 1, second beaten half a length. So 2 very strong performances for Muskie Man, and then didn't enjoy the trailer post. And boy, it's also great. We're getting a little glimpse of the crowd here. It's nice to see the live crowd here at Grand River Raceway. There's actually, especially Friday nights here at the river, there's a lot of people that love to gather at the river.
Love it. Love it. And I know from being on track there on a beautiful sunny evening, you can't beat those sunsets down around Elora.
And then there's Pat Houdon he's hobnobbing with the fans because Pat is like, he's the people's champ.
Horsemen love racing in front of a crowd. I mean, you've got a large crowd on track tonight, lining up along the fence. Make some noise, folks. The horses love to hear you. So too do the drivers.
Well, it's a lot of fun. And look, a lot of times, you get some of the tracks where you don't have quite the big turnout. So here on a Friday night at the river, they enjoy racing in front of the fans. And Hobnob
Love
Hanover and Smiling Pat Houdon hobnobbing with the fans. But it's a field of 9. I'm on the one Muskie Man at 6 to 1. You're on
Let's
7.
go.
Tavern on the Green at 6 to 5. It is go time. Muskie Man. Don't change my name. And Gucci Gucci go on the inside. Belvedere Jessica, fast as lightning in the center. The outside, Great Trickster, Tavern on the Green, and Hobnob Hanover. In the second tier, Fire the Rocket. Field 4, race number 3 is in the backstretch, gathering speed, approaching the start. And the field for the third. All in position there at the start. Belvedere Jessica is going to blast out. Somebody lost a shoe. We saw it flying up in the air. Muskie Man on the inside is second. Great Trickster, Tavern on the Green. Don't Change My Name. And then it is back to Fast as Lightning. Fire the Rocket. Gucci Gucci Goo went off stride. And then it is Hobnob Hanover, Belvedere Jessica. And 31's got the lead. But Muskie Man is forwardly placed second. And right now is just about 2 1/4 back of that long shot Belvedere Jessica, who is 30 to 1. Opening quarter is 27 and 4. And then position third. Great Trickster along to the inside as they come off the turn. Tavern on the Green is racing fourth in front of Don't Change My Name. And then it is back to Fire the Rocket and Fast as Lightning. Further back is Hobnob Hanover as they work their way on up towards the half, and then Gucci Gucci Goo after a break his way back. 27 and 4/4, they head up to the half. Belvedere Jessica. Now Tavern on the Green on the outside is moving, and Muskie Man elected to stay on the inside. And Don't Change My Name has come on a little bit closer now. And then fifth on the inside, Great Trickster, half of 58 and 1. It was a 30 and 2 second panel breather for Belvedere Jessica. Long shot now giving way to Tavern on the Green, who's taken over. And then it is Don't Change My Name. Muskie Man on the inside is racing position to fourth, and might need to get out soon. Is backing into Muskie Man is Belvedere Jessica. 3/4, 126 and 4. And that is Tavern on the Green. And then Don't Change My Name. Muskie Man did get out, and Belvedere Jessica's on the inside, and Great Trickster is driving on the outside of the field. Turns for home. I'm down the stretch where they come. Tavern on the Green. Tavern on the Green. Don't Change My Name. On the outside, Great Trickster, and now Muskie Man trying to kick in late, but Great Trickster on the outside. On the inside, Tavern on the Green. Tavern on the Green wins it. Don't Change My Name. Muskie Man and Great Trickster, 157 flat. Tavern on the Green, victorious in 157. It was just a strong performance by Tavern on the Green.
Right on, uncovered bid, looking for the lead against a stubborn Belvedere Jessica, who put forth a pretty good performance there at a big number. But we've seen the combination of Filion and Blay doing good things at the river in recent nights. So they go back to back this evening, 157 flat, not a new mark for the son of Green Manalishi, but for sure going in the right direction. Tavern on the Green.
Yeah, it was just a professional outing, and Sammy's a very capable pilot. And didn't worry. There was a little bit of a battle early, so he just sat close enough, got away about fourth or so, and then when it was go time, and he was able to put away that four-horse Belvedere Jessica, who did a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
early work. Now, I could argue that Muskie Man got kind of stuck, but when Muskie Man did get out, he didn't have enough that would suggest that even if he got a different trip, that he would have beaten the seven. I don't believe so. So, really, I think seven Tavern on the Green ended up proving that he was the right one.
You got some prices underneath there. You got Austin finishing second. You got Damian McClellan with your top selection. Muskie Man finishing third now. Muskie Man did trot a trip there in 57 and change, which is likely the fastest he's ever trotted. So a good upswing performance there for Muskie Man. But Tavern on the Green, as mentioned, doubles up and now puts Blay and Filion in the winner's circle twice tonight.
I tell you, don't change my name raced a lot better than I thought. You used that one for third, and I was kind of thinking you were reaching, but actually raced very well.
Yeah, sometimes just a different set of hands is all a horse needs, a different feel, and Gucci Gucci Goo. I saw that one run off stride in the opening turn and lost every chance from that one. But Tavern on the Green kept it clean and is going to pose for a winner circle photo.
Well, the Wolf is howling tonight. It's got two so far. Sammy Fillion, Tavern on the Green, back in front of us. Tavern on the Green is a 3-year-old Green Manalishi bay gelding about determination, trained by Luke Belay. It's the second win this year, and Tavern on the Green victorious in 157 flat, third win lifetime. The third race payout, 7 Tavern on the Green, 373, 3220. 2 Don't Change My Name, 1070 and 510, and 1 Muskie Man, 410. $2 exactor, 24.90. Dollar try, 32.95. Dollar super, $200, 20 cents. 20-cent super, 40.04. The third race order of finish from the top down is a 329-764-158. That's 329-764-158 on the bottom.
Winbag Farm of Delaware offers several outstanding stallions, including EL Platinum, full brother to multiple stakes winners EL Ideal and EL Titan, Meadowlands Pace winner He's Watching, a Dan Bench Award winner and a world record holder over multiple sized ovals, Molotov Cocktail, a New York Sire Stakes final champion and multiple stakes winner, Nutcracker Sweet, half brother to the great Sweet Blue, and a multiple stakes winner, Sports Column, a 19-time winner and a multiple Ontario Sire Stakes gold winner at 2 and 3, and Top Flight Angel, a Yonkers Trot final champion and a Breeders' Crown elimination winner. For more information, winbackfarm.com.
Fans know to claim in the fourth race on 6 Silver Spirit. Field for race number 4 on parade. 1 is YYC in the Horizon, Stefan Poulot for Sylvain Bilodeau. Number 2 is Fabrizio, Jenny Harris for Janai Gallant and Martin Kepfer. Number 3 is No Plan Intended. Paul McKenzie drives for Terry Gallant and Calvin Kepfer. Number 4 is Keystone Dakota, Brady Golliard for Marissa Miller and Martin Kepfer. 5 is Party in the Shadows, Sammy Fillier for Jared Mann and Francois Morin. Number 6 is Silver Spirit, Jason Ryan for Jacob Roberts, claim entered. Seven, Redland Wrangler, Dale Spence for Stephen Charlton and Kathleen Charlton. Number 8 is My Little Friend Austin Sorry for Natalie Elliott. And number 9 is Greystone Watchman, Guy Gagnon for Nicholas Soucy. The fourth race is the High Voltage Hustle Group. And let's get a look at this field. And, well, we're going to hustle up a look at. Is your top one number 1 YYC in the Horizon, Sugar?
It is too. We like the same numbers. We just got them in a different order, Gary. YYC on the Horizon, and Alberta bred for Carl, and there's Meadowlark Farms out there. So this one's now moved on to Quebec and goes out for trainer driver Stefan Poulot. Was getting a great journey last time out, Gary, and maybe the move was a little early. I mean, that's a long ways to be out through that final turn, battling first up. So if Stefan can work out that same kind of trip and maybe keep this horse covered up until the stretch drive. I mean, there's the passing lane. You don't have to move too early. There is a passing lane at Grand River Raceway. I love the look of this horse. This horse is sharp, Gary, right on the bit for Stefan, number 1. YYC on the Horizon. I think the trip will be there. Just got to keep them covered up a little longer.
Horse with a back class won 8 times last year. One that Ashley Hensley had and had some success with Ashley and Ed Hensley. YYC in the Horizon really got things rolling the last couple. So you think a win is on the horizon? I didn't agree, but you know what? I disagreed with you in the third, and you proved to be right. We'll see if that carries here. 3-1, nice price on YYC in the Horizon, because my top choice won't probably offer the price. The claim is in on 6 Silver Spirit.
Right, popular for horse players and popular in the claiming box tonight. A claim entered. So, as Robert Reed Jr. would say, no tomorrow for the connections of number 6 Silver Spirit. We'll be likely moving on to a new barn following this race. So, no shot that this horse is taking back. This horse is headed for the front. And who's going to work out a pocket ride behind this pace setter? Likely to be pace setter, I should say. But, you're going to see this horse in play trying to go all the way, possibly less than 2 minutes. Again, 8-5 favorite, and likely to go away as the favorite here, Gary.
Well, 2 dominant wins. That one try May 31st, tried tougher, blasted to the front, and really didn't enjoy that class. But certainly fits well at this level. Other is to get a look at. Number 3, No Plan Intended, is one that just might have a plan to cause a problem to Silver Spirit off of the gate.
Yeah, he shows a pretty good trip last time. A 155 flat, though he was a long ways back from the winner Silver Spirit in that one. This horse has tons of backlash, a 42-time winner, well over $300,000 career earnings. Paul McKenzie on board for Terry Gallant. 6-time winner this season. Anything close to his old A game? Oh, he'd run away and hide in here.
And another one that's got some class, Party in the Shadows, an 8-year-old with more than 200,000 lifetime. Sammy Fillion High percentage barn, Jared Mann, especially in the win column, Party in the Shadows, was able to party successfully May the 14th at Flamborough. Not as good last start, May the 28th.
Well, you mentioned high percentage barn, high percentage driver tonight. Got the hot hands of Sammy trying for a natural hat trick here. Party in the Shadows, best value on the board by far, and absolutely the beware horse of this field. Could set up for him.
The three that we talked about are the only three that are down below single digits. So that's the 1, 3, 5, and 6 are getting all the love. We have a difference of opinion. You went to the 1 YYC in the Horizon at 3-1, and I went to the 6 Silver Spirit at 8-5. But you know what? Only one of us can be right, and we're going to find out in about 2 minutes who happens to be that one person.
6 is jetting to the top. Will he be caught?
It is a field of 9. YYC in the Horizon. Fabrizio, no plan intended. In the center, Keystone Dakota, Party in the Shadows. To the outside, Silver Spirit, Redland Wrangler, and My Little Friend. And the second here, Greystone Watchman. The fourth race, the High Voltage Hustle. Field for the fourth race. He's in the backstretch, nearing the start. Field for the fourth race. At the start of the rough and blasting Redland Wrangler. Also getting out well, no plan intended. Keystone Dakota, Silver Spirit, and on the inside, YYC in the Horizon. A lot of early action. Greystone Watchman is 6th, Fabrizio is 7th. Then Party in the Shadows and My Little Friend. No plan intended. For now, parking out Silver Spirit, but Silver Spirit is going to continue to drive on the outside. And it is Silver Spirit pressing on the outside. Silver Spirit is moving. Silver Spirit is going to come on and clear to the front for Jason Ryan. Then racing position second. No plan intended. Third is YYC in the Horizon. Redland Wrangler, Keystone Dakota, Greystone Watchman, then Fabrizio, Party in the Shadows, and My Little Friend. Silver Spirit, 6-5 of the boards, got the lead over no plan intended of a solid 26-4 opening panel. Silver Spirit leads by 2 1/4. No plan intended. YYC in the Horizon is on the inside, still third. Then Keystone Dakota, Redland Wrangler, Fabrizio, Greystone Watchman, and then it is back further to Party in the Shadows and My Little Friend. Silver Spirit has got a lead of about 2.5 lengths right now, freewheeling on top, and now gets some urging, and the plugs are out, and Jason Ryan's already going to work on Silver Spirit, leads by about 2. It is no plan intended as second, and YYC in the Horizon now wants to burst up on the outside, and YYC in the Horizon is getting a little closer. And Silver Spirit, Jason Ryan shaking the lines at Silver Spirit to just keep on paying attention to his work. 124 and 2 the 3/4 time. Silver Spirit now up the inside, no plan intended. No plan intended, and Paul McKenzie tries to come up the passing lane. YYC in the Horizon. YYC in the Horizon up the inside. No plan intended. Up the passing lane, YYC in the Horizon and Silver Spirit and Keystone Dakota, 155 and 1. Paul McKenzie, he loves himself some passing up the inside.
When are you going to name that lane? McKenzie Lane, right? How about the back class? No plan intended. 43rd career victory. We mentioned anything close to his former A game, and he would run away and high. Well, he didn't go away and hide on them in there, but he certainly got the job done, and he was up the inside late, and he had the best late speed. A tiring Silver Spirit. He paid a cost, right, to be the boss of that one. 26 and 4 parking through the quarter.
Yeah, and Paul was smart. He left out hard with the 3 no plan intended, and then made Silver Spirit just work a little bit more than he might have wanted to. Then the 6 clears the lead, and Paul is able to get the better of him late in the mile.
Yeah, you know what he did? Paul softened up the favorite. We knew the 6 was gunning to the top with the claim entered, and he did get soft late. McKenzie, sharp victory there, and YYC on the horizon just kept on coming, just ran at a time, but I don't think they were beating the 3.
And that left-hand urging up the passing lane seems to work because...
the Charlottetown southpaw.
And he comes up there, and look, your one Why Was He in the Rise and did manage to pick up a second, was coming. I did believe that he was going to pass Silver Spirit. Problem was that wasn't all he needed to do.
That's the thing. I mean, once No Plan Intended took control late, the backlash shows up for these old warriors. An 8-year-old son of Up the Credit, and seven-time winner now this
Yeah.
season.
And
A 3-1-6-4. Yeah.
this horse is not very well named because Paul definitely had a plan.
Oh, sure did right off the car.
He
He
had a
left
plan.
enough.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He left enough to know that he was going to take the 6 through the opening turn. There's a lot of Maritimers up this weekend to take in racing tonight at Grand River Raceway tomorrow evening. For the NA Cup, I believe Melissa's going to be in the winner's circle here with No Plan Intended.
Well, they get to see Paul McKenzie move to 6 away from 9,500, closing in on that milestone, and that's a big milestone. And back in front of us, there is number 3, No Plan Intended, and 8-year-old Up the Credit, Bay Gelding. Owned by Calvin Kepfer of Millbank. Terry Gallant, the trainer. Paul McKenzie, 6 away from 9,500 career driving wins, and it is the 7th win this year. 43rd lifetime. No Plan Intended. And out trackside, we have the High Voltage Hustle Group charged up to be here at Grand River on a Friday night. The 4th race, number 3, No Plan Intended, $7.90, $4, $2.50. 1, Why Was He in the Horizon, $3.60, $2.46. Silver Spirit, $2.10. $2 exactor, $23.30. Dollar Try, $25.65. Dollar Super, $86.40. 20-cent Super, $17.28. Note the claim, number 6, Silver Spirit, the new owner will be, rather, the new trainer, Jamie Copley. Jamie Copley will be the new trainer. Field for the 4th race. At the start of the rough and blasting Redland Wrangler. Also getting out well, No Plan Intended. Keystone Dakota, Silver Spirit. fourth race or a finish from the top, 281-463-759. That's 281-463-759 on the bottom. Field on parade for the fifth one is HB Josephine Austin Sorry for Gerard Demers and Claude Amel. Gerard shares in ownership. Number 2 is Beach Wiggle. Jason Ryan drives for Jody Cullen and Travis Cullen and Ron Cullen. Number 3 is Eckerd Alley. It's Paul McKenzie for Larry Kessel. Number 4 is YS Flower. Number 10, Guy Gagnon drives for Joe Pereira and Imagine Stable. Number 5 is Kelly's Chase. Jay Harris for Jacob Roberts and Triple Sec Wine. And number 6 is Sunny Dreams. Andre Goy for Brett Lester and Rebecca Williamson. Number 7, Chick Bell. Sammy Filia for Herb Holland and Vincenzo Stranges. 8 is McWicked Move. Bruce Richardson for Brent Dunbar and Dorothy Dunbar. 9 is Better Than Crush. Brady Collier for Denny Curran, Shelley Curran, Jane Kerr. Field of 9, race number 5, Sugar. Final leg of that pick 5 features the super high 5 in the 5th race. And, well, I'm still alive on that pick 5. Both of us are, but I spent a lot less, and yet I have 4 horses here in this 5th dash. So we'll see if we can get home one of those 4. But, your top one is HP Josephine. And certainly one that's getting a fair amount of money, 5-2.
Yeah, I'm stuck on the inside two here, Gary. HP Josephine. The reason I picked her on top was I loved the 1 and 2, and I wanted the one that was going to maybe pay more to win. And right now, she is the second choice. We're doing $7 on a $2 play, and draws better here. I'm thinking like a 7-hole. Last time out at the river was taken back to 5th, the midfield 5th, but I think it's going to be forwardly placed here this evening. These high 5 plays, Gary, they've been paying huge thus far this meet. A non-jackpot high 5 play on a full field of 9.
Yeah, and by the way, we're getting a little bit of sound coming back from you. You might have your monitor up, but nonetheless, HB Josephine 5-2 on the board. I think you're right with the inside too. I added a couple of options, but HB Josephine, look, that's a strong bar. Austin Sorry, Gerard Demers, very strong connections. But Beach Wiggle certainly is one that's going to have something to say about things here because Jason Ryan, Jody Cullen, those connections kind of work as well.
Right. Speaking of strong connections, Team Cullen, Jason Ryan, here they are again, and a speed threat to boot. This one's been on the lead a couple of times in her last 5 outings. The latest was pretty much gate to wire, winning in 53-1. Never better, right?
Yeah,
She was last time out, so that's great to see. She's tough to go against. But, 2-1 right now, I would not put it past her to go away maybe at even money or less.
One of my favorite ways to decide how to compare horses, I look at the earnings per start for the season. Well, HB Josephine and Beach Wiggle lay over this field in that category. They're both getting around that almost just under $3,000 per start. In fact, Beach Wiggle is slightly over it, and HB Josephine's not far behind. And those two compare massively in that category, and that just might tell you that those two do stand out quite substantially over the rest of this field. But you know what? If we're going to go elsewhere, you went to one that I didn't use, McWicked Move, and yet this is one that, actually a pretty good move in the back half last time out.
Very good move. The program line, I wanted to see, okay, did she race as good as that chart line would suggest? So I go back and I look at the replay, and yes, indeed, she had a real good push on the end of her mile, and that was her seasonal debut after missing a significant amount of time. Bruce Richardson hopping on board this evening. McWicked Move at a price, 12-1. On the outside looking in, but again, a real good kick in her return race mile.
That could be an interesting play. And Better Than Crush, we talked earlier in the card this evening, 7 wins in 21 last year. Last race, 54-4, but it was the first start off of a long layoff.
Exactly. And another one where I had to go back and check the replay. Did she want to get involved? Was there room for her to get involved? Well, she just kind of towed along. She had a good enough brush on the end, but she wasn't passing horses. But definitely something to build on. That 154 and 4 mile in her latest, and now she's going to be following out some pretty good speed by the inside too. On her best day, she fits right in with these.
And a quick thought on 3 Eckerd Alley and Kelly's Chase, who you opted off of but liked a little earlier in the meet.
Eckerd Alley, very sharp in London a couple of months ago, where she put up a big mile in 56 and 4. I mean, that's 56 and 4 over London in April. That could be 53 speed here at the river. Kelly's Chase, I know you like this one. It's a pretty good post to work with. Nothing doing last couple of starts when sitting way back. Wants to get involved earlier, I would think, Gary.
Yeah, and raced okay at Mohawk last race. Came from well back ninth early to finish third. Kelly's Chase is my second choice. We're going to see if it pans out. But it's a field of 9 for the 5th race featuring the Super High 5, and they're just about at the start. Field for the 5th race is at the start of the rough, and right now driving out quickly is Sunny Dreams, and Wyas Flower number 10 is also going to bloom early. Then HB Josephine and Beach Wiggle. Then Chic Bell down to the inside is Better Than Crush. Eckerd Alley. Kelly's Chase is 8th away, and McWicked Move is trailing the field. Wyas Flower number 10 and Geek Gagnon full bloom early and leads to the opening quarter at 30-1. Sunny Dreams at 15-1 is racing second. Then it is Beach Wiggle and HB Josephine as they come off the turn, 26-2. It was a strong opening panel, and the field comes on towards us and popping up from third. Here comes Beach Wiggle right now. Beach Wiggle wants to be planted on the lead before the turn. Beach Wiggle and Jason Rhyme is going to stride up confidently and grab the lead. Wyas Flower number 10 is second. Then Sunny Dreams and HB Josephine has now taken out from fourth as they work their way on into the backstretch for the second and final time. Halftime 56 seconds, and it is Beach Wiggle, HB Josephine to the inside. Third is Wyas Flower number 10. Then it is back to Sunny Dreams and Kelly's Chase and Chic Bell. Eckerd Alley way back. Kelly's Chase is yet to chase, and McWicked Move is trailing the field. They roll on towards 3/4, and now HB Josephine is striding up to take the lead from Beach Wiggle. HB Josephine at 7-5, and Beach Wiggle is 6-5. They're going to duel, and Beach Wiggle is fighting back on the inside. HB Josephine, Beach Wiggle, Wyas Flower number 10. Chic Bell is flying late and Better Than Crush. The field turns for home. HB Josephine and Beach Wiggle, they are going to fight it out in the stretch, and Chic Bell wants to join that fight. Then Wyas Flower number 10 on down the stretch and Better Than Crush, but it is HB Josephine and Beach Wiggle on the inside. HB Josephine on the outside. Beach Wiggle is game. Beach Wiggle and HB Josephine. Beach Wiggle wins it. HB Josephine was second. Chic Bell third. Then Sunny Dreams and Wyas Flower number 10. A mile of 154, and we saw 2 horses go at it hard, and Beach Wiggle said, I think I'm just a little bit better than you.
Yeah, HP Josephine, she came with a big brush, and she actually maybe had a head or a neck in front at one point, but that inside advantage through the final turn went to the 2 Beach Wiggle and was able to come back on and cling to a victory there with Jason Ryan on board for Team Cullen. But yeah, we talked about it before the race. The 1 and 2 were kind of popping off the page in there, and they hit the line together, 154 flat, but it looks like 2 Beach Wiggle getting there with Jason Ryan up.
Yeah, and the 2 that I took a flyer on, they really weren't significant. We talked about using dollars per start on this season and how the 1 and 2 really towered over the rest of the field when you compare it that way. And, well, you get to the finish of the race, and it's the 2 of them. Actually, Chic Bell at least was coming nicely to pick up a third, but it's a 2-horse race the way we thought early, and that's the way it was right at the finish.
Sammy, a.k.a. the Wolf, he made a big move on that far turn, but it's tough to sustain that that speed. You know, you're using a lot of energy, making a big move on the final turn on the wide side, and I was hoping Sammy might give them a run through the stretch, but she would tail off slightly, but still able to hold on to third.
Yeah, but it's going to be the pick 5 will pay out with that HB Josephine, and well, we both take home that pick 5. And you know, on the Super High 5, at least the bottom part, 7-6-4, the 7-horse 9-1 on to 15-1, and then Ashley Gagnon did all the heavy lifting early and stuck around for 5th with Wyas Flower number 10.
That might be one to be looking for in the weeks ahead. That was a pretty good gate blast, 26-2 for a big bomber, but yeah, the favorites race had their names written all over it.
It is Beach Wiggle back in front of us. Beach Wiggle victorious. Beach Wiggle is a 3-year-old Sunshine Beach Bay filly by Travis and Jody and Ron Cullen. Jody Cullen's the trainer. Jason Ryan, the winning driver. It is the 6th win this year and 6th lifetime for Beach Wiggle. 154 flat. The 5th race, number 2 Beach Wiggle, 462 32.10. 1 HB Josephine, 262.10. $2 exact rate 20. Dollar try, $18.95. The dollar high five is $332.90. 20-cent ticket is $66.58. 20-cent pick 3, $324. 20-cent pick 4, $477. And the dollar pick 5 is $81.90. Fifth race. Order finish from the top down 217 594 368. That's 217 594 368 on the bottom.
Welcome back. It's the back half of a Friday night program at Grand River Raceway, set to start up. Trotters for race 6 will begin tonight's late pick 5. So we've got a full field of 9 indigo here, and again, a little more of that inexperienced, right? The non-winners of one race are $5,000 lifetime for trotters in race number 6. Could be tough to crack the code on this opening leg of the late pick 5. Let's bring on some ticket ideas now. I've got one, Gary as well, with Conley Ecclestone rounding out a trio of late pick 5 ticket ideas. I've gone deepest of all in this opening leg. Again, we're looking at inexperienced trotters. So I think if you're going to go deep anywhere, why not start it off deep? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 9 for me. That's what I'm using. Over to race number 7. I'm on the 1, 2, and 3. Twin B Cabo along the rail, Pouncing Panther, Rowdy Patrick. I'm also including in there. Then I went outside. In race number 8 to the trotters there, I'm using I Am That Special and Vimy Ridge Apota, who was very good in that most recent win, gate to wire 58-1. Jason Ryan gets another great shot at hitting the winner's circle tonight in race number 8 from the outside post 8. 9th race pacing event, 4, 5, and 7. And on the end of it, race 10, we're going to single up number 5, Outlaw Gran Torino. I believe that is another live bullet play for driver Jason Ryan. I got a big circle around the 5 in race 10, the finale. Indigo for $18 even on a 20-cent pick 5 play at the river. Gary Guy, he's got a ticket idea as well. What does Gary got mapped out on this late pick 5? His top selection in race 6, number 5, Kennedy Hanover. Paul McKenzie, one of Paul's biggest fans, announcer Gary Guy, goes for the 5, Kennedy Hanover's top selection in race 6. He's also trying the 1, 2, and 3 in there. Gary's lone single on the sequence, number 3, Rowdy Patrick. Brady Gollier's on board for Tess Waxman in race 7. We're on the same page for that middle leg race 8. We both went outside to I Am That Special and Vimy Ridge Apota. Gary in the 9th, his top selection there being 5, Relentless, also including 4, Happy in Control. Gary opting for 3 deep in the final race. He does have that 5, Outlaw Gran Torino. Pegged as his top selection. Also includes the 1, Super Puncher, and 4, Puff Slash Shadow. Gary's comfortable with that $9.60 price on the late pick 5. It's a 20-cent wager. Conley Ecclestone. What does Connolly got? He's gone deepest of all in the opening leg. Race 6, again, we've got some inexperienced trotters starting up the late pick 5. 1, 2, 5, 6, and 8 like that for Connolly. Then he's 3 deep in race number 7 using a 4, Fishin' in the Shadows. The 6, Night Swing. And 8, Ambush Sealster, chasing after some big prices. Connolly is in race number 7. 8th race, back to 4 deep in there with 3, 4, 8, and 9. And he's looking at 3 of them in race 9, the pacing event. Remember the Beach, Sweet View, Happy in Control, the 2, 3, and 4. And then we're on the same page, myself and Connolly, for that single in the finale. Both loving the chances for 5, Outlaw Gran Torino. Jason Ryan certainly knows his way to the winner's circle at Grand River Raceway. Connolly opens up the wallet, $36 even on a 20-cent wager. Good luck to those of you playing along with this late pick 5.
field for race number 6 on parade. 1, Twiddle Sticks Austin, sorry for Shane Weber and Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. Number 2 is Missy Elliott, Jason Ryan for Natalie Elliott. 3 is Next of Kin, Guy Gagnon for Marco Lanois. And number 4 is Joseph, JB run over Julie Walker, Oakley Farm. 5, Kennedy Hanover, Paul McKenzie for Kyle Rulin, Triple S Equine. Number 6 is Green Goose, Bruce Richardson for John Holding and Morley Bosworth. Number 7, Lookin' Fancy, Tom Smith for Jane Walker. Number 8 is Goldilocks Hanover, Brady Golliers for Ashley Lenvoy and Gino Toscani. 9 is Angelina Duhara, Sammy Filia for J.F. McGuire and Jean Allaire. It's a field of 9, race number 6, Maiden Trotters. Well, let's get right to it. Number 3, Next of Kin, Guy Gagnon for Marco Lanois, is one that's had 5 tries. And, well, this is just the second start of the year. Had 4 last year as a 2-year-old sugar.
Appears to have a ton of speed right on the bit. Big qualifier, right? Like down to a half and 56-2 here at Grand River Raceway. It looks like Guy just let this colt son of Father Patrick roll and do what he wanted to, and he might not have any choice with this fellow tonight. This horse is right on the bit and likely to be going out for the lead. Will he be able to keep things going? Again, the half, 56-2. The final half, though, 102. And now 102 at Grand River Raceway on the final half is not going to win you too many races.
Yeah, this is a very solid-looking built 3-year-old Father Patrick colt, but Next to Kin, Guy Gagnon, 5-2. Number 2, Missy Elliott is one that I used high up on the ticket. Second, same spot that you used this one, and off a second last time out.
A pretty good second. Ryan DeRoche was up with Shane Atoll from Prince Edward Island last week. They have returned to the island, but Ryan DeRoche, he got along fine with Missy Elliott, rode the pocket, and I guess we'd call that her best outing yet to date. Just 5 career starts, but the big deuce, sub 2-minute speed, and the latest at a big number. So going in the right direction for sure. Jason Ryan picks up the drive tonight for Natalie Elliott and is worth a long look with these.
This is a barn that's winning at a good high percentage as well. 15 wins and 72 starts in the year, so just a little bit better than 20% of the win column. Jason Ryan's been winning at a good clip of late, and Missy Elliott, gate speed, so that's one that's definitely, I think, going to be a factor. He looks a little bit like he's pretty eager to get rolling here. Others, number 4, Joseph, well, has had 1 try, just a 5th, though, last time out.
Well, it's the Julie Walker, Bert Renault with Trotters. I like that fit here at the river. I love the look of this colt son of Archangel. Just a second career outing, so maybe one of the ones with the least amount of experience. We're going to see like 3 or 4 of them in here with just 1 start on the season and maybe 1 career start. So lots of inexperience here. It could go any way.
And then the 9, Angelina Duhara. Well, you get the strong connection, Sammy Filia, Jean-Francois McGuire. This is one that's made a lot of breaks, but the one thing is last time out, at least the break wasn't her fault. Interference break.
Right on. There was some interference. Managed to trot a big back quarter, 28 and change at the river. At the start before that, home in 29 and a piece. So I can get behind this one. I'd rather. This one had her nose on gate. As mentioned, I'm not a big fan of the trailing spot, especially for the trotters.
Super strong barn, and that of Jeff McGuire. Twiddle Sticks on the inside, off a second in a prospect series at Flamborough last race. That's a good comparison.
So we saw Austin hop up on a trotter earlier on tonight at a big number and finished second. So here's a catch driving assignment. Austin gets the call for this one Twiddle Sticks was 3-1 in the morning line, up slightly from that at 5-1, and was second best in the latest over Flamborough. So I think there's lots to be had with this one. Twiddle Sticks could be the best value on the board here as they get set to go postward.
I think the value is 5. Kennedy Hanover, my top one at 8-1,
Oh,
and qualified June the 1st at Mohawk. Now tired in the late going, but actually backing away because the field went quicker. 29-1 to final quarter. I love me some Paul McKenzie.
ooh, I missed that one, Gary. Good luck to you.
Well, we're going to see how it unfolds, but right now, Jason Ryan's having a bit of a handful with Mizzy Elliott, who seems a little fired up, and next of kin is a little, maybe a touch hot and bothered too, but they're getting into position. Now Mizzy Elliott has settled down. Twiddlesticks is moving in behind the gate, and Angelina Duhara from the trailer post, but it's a field of 9. It is maiden trotters. They're in position. And the field for race number 6 is at the start of the rough, and it is next of kin, Green Goose, and on the inside, Mizzy Elliott. And then it is back to Goldilocks Hanover on the outside, now taking third. Mizzy Elliott is settled fourth now. Then Joseph, and then it is Twiddlesticks and Kennedy Hanover. Back to Angelina Duhara, and looking fancy is trailing the field, but next of kin and Guy Gagnon, 6-5 of the board, leads Green Goose as they work their way around the turn. It is next of kin and Green Goose as they race off the turn, 28-2 opening quarter. Then positioned to third is Goldilocks Hanover, and then it is Mizzy Elliott who's driving up on the inside, and then on the outside that is Joseph, and carried out wide is Twiddlesticks, and also moving out wide is Angelina Duhara. Kennedy Hanover is still back there racing second from last, and then trailing the field is looking fancy next of kin as they race their way on up past the half. 59-4 off a 28-2 opening quarter. Next of kin, Green Goose second. On the outside, Twiddlesticks is third. Goldilocks Hanover, Angelina Duhara's racing position fifth. Mizzy Elliott is blocked down to the inside. Joseph's on the outside. Kennedy Hanover is still racing eighth, and then looking fancy is looking at things from a trailing spot. Next of kin, and Guy Gagnon continues to march. They head on by 3/4. Next of kin, then Green Goose, and now charging late is Angelina Duhara and Twiddlesticks, and then racing fifth is Joseph, and now kicking in Kennedy Hanover, but it's got a ton of work to do, but is making up a lot of ground. And the field turns for home, and it is next of kin. On down the stretch drive they come. Next of kin driving on down the stretch drive. Next of kin is moving very well as they come to the finish, and now Kennedy Hanover came from way out of it to pick up a second. Twiddlesticks is third. Then Green Goose and Joseph, 159-1. Next of kin, winner, Gagnon.
Winner indeed, but your top selection, wow. Did that horse, like you said, make up a ton of ground late in that mile? I'm sure you'll be chasing after that one next time.
Yeah, I think that's the one for the watch list because it was eighth as they start to tour down the backstretch for the second and final time and comes on to get second. But it's just that the Guy Gagnon sent this next of kin to the lead, and he showed no signs of wanting to give it away. We looked at this horse early, and I said, that's a muscled up, that's a big, solid-looking 3-year-old Father Patrick.
He's thick. He's got a great neck on him. Colt's son, the Father Patrick, like I said, the qualifier. It looked like he might have been a runaway getting down to the half in 56. Now, he was able to steal away 31-2 through that second quarter, and that would be the difference maker, I believe, because he trotted 29 flat through the third and trots to a maiden mark here this evening, 159-1 for Guy.
Yeah, and I guess you knew where he was going off that 27-2 in the qualifier. Oof. And he just looks like, I just want to get my work done and get back to the paddock.
Yeah, it's a good learning curve for him there, getting the job done all the way and being able to get rated too. Like, I wasn't sure what we were going to see, especially with those hot fractions in the qualifier. Again, wonderful for Guy to be able to settle this one down, and just a real good learning curve for him.
Yeah, and then we do at least get Green Goose at a price. And Kennedy Hanover, I'm happy with that horse. And Twiddlesticks is one that we both liked. But Next of kin it was just too much work. Kennedy Hanover did a lot of work just to pick up a second. Next of kin probably was the logical one. You went to this one on top and you flashed that logic and it was proven right.
Well, I'm probably going to be joining you next time out when you try to get Kennedy Hanover there, because that was a pretty good pick in there because he was nowhere on my radar, Gary.
Well, and also, look, made a couple of breaks leaving in the last couple, so I was taking a bit iffy, and that's probably why Paul was so relaxed with this one
Sure.
early. His first order business was to get a flat line, but that was accomplished and then some.
Yeah.
Back in front of us, number 3, Next of Kin, a 3-year-old Father Patrick Bay colt, owned by Jeremy Marcon. Marco Lenoir, the trainer. Guy Gagnon, the winning drive. Winner, Gagnon. Next of Kin, first win this year, first lifetime. Next of Kin, victorious, 159-1. The sixth race, number 3, Next of Kin. 460, 350, 245. Kennedy Hanover 530, 360, 112 sticks 250, $2 exactor 31.80. Dollar try $38. Dollar super 121.70. 20-cent super 24.34. Sixth race order finished on the top, 381, 524, 976 on the bottom. That is 381, 524, 976 on the bottom.
Alrighty, so we've got the late pick 5 started up by next of kin. Well-met winner there for Guy Gagnon. Put him on top all the way. Softer fractions, much softer fractions versus the qualifier that he was going away winner on there June the 3rd. But yeah, going in the right direction. Next of kin, Colt, son of Father Patrick. So we got a late pick 4 beginning here in race number 7, a pacing event. To start things up, let's quickly go through a trio of a late pick 4 ticket ideas. Opening leg, could it be as easy as 1, 2, 3? I'm thinking so. We're using 1, 2, 3 to start things up in the late pick 4. Staying outside in race number 8 with the 7, I Am That Special, and 8, Vimy Ridgepona. 3 deep in the 9th race, Pacers, Happy in Control, Relentless, and Cold Creek Pantera. And on the end of it, we'll keep that single in play. Outlaw Grand Torino for Jason Ryan at a post 5. Just $3.60, a cheap ticket to play along with this late pick 4. Gary Guy, his best go on the late pick 4 at the river. Gary singles up number 3, fishing in the make it Rowdy Patrick. There we are. Number 3, Rowdy Patrick. Brady Gollier's on board for Tess Waxman. Is always in the hunt. 2-time winner this season from 4 outings. Single for Gary in race number 7. And again, we are on the same page. Race 8, we both like those outside 2, the 7 and 8. Gary in the 9th race is top pick in there. Number 5, Relentless for trainer Cassidy Schneider. Sam Filion having himself a pretty good night here at the river. Also included in the 9th race was 4, Happy in Control, Anthony Hahn. And then for Gary on the end of it, his top pick, number 5, Outlaw Grand Torino. We're all loving that 5 horse in race 10. Gary's got the 4 and 1 also in play, and he's in to go for only $2.40 on his 20-cent pick 4. And one more ticket for our friend of the show, Conley Ecclestone. He's 3 deep the opening leg. Chasing after prices with 4, 6, and 8. He's gone deepest of all in race number 8, the Trotters, for 3, 4, 8, and 9. Cuts it back to 2, 3, and 4 in the 9th race. Remember the Beach, Sweet View, and Happy in Control. And then he's with me on the single. We both like 5, Outlaw Grand Torino. That's a top selection for Gary Guy as well. $7.20 if you want to play along with Connolly Ecclestone's late pick 4 ticket idea. Good luck on it.
Fans in race 9 for Happy in Control, Jay Harris. Race 9 for Happy in Control, Jay Harris will drive. Fans note in race 8-1 sneaking out will have a driver change to be announced. Race 8-1 TBA. Fans note in race 8-1 sneaking out Austin Sorry. Austin Sorry drives the 1 and the 8th. field for the 7th. On parade 1, Twin Bee Cabo, Jay Harris for Paul Cameron and Jamie and Annalise and Charlotte Cameron. Number 2 is Pouncing Panther, Austin Story for Joe Shaw and Patricia Gibb. Number 3 is Rowdy Patrick, Brady Gollier for Tess Waxman and Levi Kepfer. Number 4, Fishing in the Shadows, Mark McDonough for Joshua McKibben and Paul Batter. 5 is Written in Stone, Dale Spence for Brenda Duncan and David Duncan. And number 6, Night Swing, Paul McKenzie for Bernard Desmond. Number 7, Harbor Light Jimmy, Damian McClellan for Kyle Boston and Ralph Jardine. Number 8, Ambush Sealster, Jason Ryan for John Kennedy and Allison and Caitlin Kennedy and Valerie Phillips. And number 9 is Smoothies Delight, Sammy Fillion for Robert Kyle Fellows and Jeff McFadden. Let's get a look at this field. The 7th race is the Kearney Derby. The Kearney Derby, race number 7 and number 3, Rowdy Patrick. We're both in on this one, although I'm in a little deeper going alone. Singleton's this one up in the pick 4. Rowdy Patrick, pretty good in each of the last 4 starts.
Yeah, and he's got that early gate speed as well, able to put him on the lead or in the pocket. Wherever he wants to be is where he's going to race, by the looks of it, Gary. 5-2 currently, the players on him. As a second choice currently behind the 1, Twin Bee Cabo, who's taking some pretty good action. But I think Brady's going to find himself a trip for Rowdy Patrick here. Make it possibly 3 wins from 5 outings in his 2026 season.
And look, the Waxman barn's a pretty strong barn, and Rowdy Patrick is certainly one that's bringing in good form. Raced 4 starts this year for Tess Waxman, a couple of wins, a second and a third. And just overall, this is one that, look, also gets a better post. The last 3 were 6, 6, and 7. Now leaves out a post 3. And although, at least here it's not... just as long as you're kind of in the middle of the track, not down on the inside. I think it'll be just fine for Rowdy Patrick. Good chance. 1, Twin Bee Cabo, though, blasted off the gate here last time out. Pretty strong performance until just very late in the mile.
Yeah, I like the way this one showed the gate speed, which he hadn't done in quite some time. And he looks very sharp right here, right? Jay Harris on board, loves to put them in play, loves to put them on the boogie. For me, the 1 and 3 appear to be the lone gate speed in this field. I think that's going to be the lineup, Gary, 1-3 or 3-1.
Yeah, and had about 18 days between starts. Comes back a little tighter after that June 3rd start here. So, and Twin Bee Cabo, I think this one's going to be blasting early and be dueling with Rowdy Patrick. And Jay Harris probably will not give up position, probably would force Rowdy Patrick to the inside. We'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. Jay Harris takes this one down in the infield, sometimes just walking around in the grass, keeps them calm, keeps them thinking, oh, we're not racing because we're just on the grass. How about 2 Pouncing Panther? Yeah, go ahead.
No, you're right. I'm just saying, good idea. I love when a horse stays relaxed prior to the race. There's nothing worse than having a speed type horse getting all hot and bothered.
I know I'm more relaxed when I'm on the grass. And number 2, Pouncing Panther, Austin Sorry for Joe Shaw.
How do I follow up that? Come on, man.
18-1. You might as well talk about it.
All right, 18-1. We're talking about number 2, Pouncing Panther. Well, Pouncing Panther for trainer Joe Shaw. Austin Sorey stays on the drive. Was able to clock up a trip, 55 in the latest, but did show some good speed through the third quarter where he made a move on the wide side. It was 27 and change. Just couldn't sustain the momentum. But I think with this inside post, he will try to stay close and maybe stick around for a piece of it late. 19-1, big price.
I think Ambush Sealster's mad at us, he's probably sitting there saying, look, it's post position 8, but look at my sheet, man. I got 3 wins in 2 seconds in the last 5 races, and so what post position? I was 8th at the quarter last time out. Winner Gagnon.
He's strictly a closer, though, right? And from the 8 hole, I don't see him sitting any better than eighth or ninth. Of course, he's got a few to his left that do show some X's. So if a few of them break, then maybe he's not sitting ninth early. But there's absolutely no gate speed here for the 8 Ambush Sealster.
Well, the 8th race is the Kearney Derby, and we'll see if he's got reason to be mad at us or not. But Ambush Sealster probably will at least somehow try to get into play. But right now, Twinbee Cabo is the 2-1 co-favorite, along with the Rowdy Patrick. Those are the two that we liked the best, and they are the ones getting the most money, both at 2-1. It's a field of 9, taking up their position. Twinbee Cabo, Pouncing Panther, Rowdy Patrick, center, Fishing in the Shadows, and Written in Stone. The outside, Night Swing, Harbor Light Jimmy, and Ambush Sealster. And the second tier, Smoothies Delight. Ninth dash. The 7th dash, field of 9. Now we'll get to it. Field for race number 7. There at the start in the rough and getting it well. Rowdy Patrick, Twinbee Cabo on the inside. Twinbee Cabo insisting, though, on taking the lead from the inside. Rowdy Patrick is going to now find the pocket. Written in Stone, Night Swing, Harbor Light Jimmy, Smoothies Delight. Then it is back to Pouncing Panther, Fishing in the Shadows, at Ambush Sealster. Twinbee Cabo's 1-2 on the board, and Rowdy Patrick is racing position second. Written in Stone is third, and Night Swing is fourth as they come off the turn and they roll on towards us. But Twinbee Cabo and Rowdy Patrick dueled early, and Twinbee Cabo won that early race, and Rowdy Patrick is going to ride the pocket. Binding time, Written in Stone is third. Now Harbor Light Jimmy on the outside. Opening quarter was 27-1. Night Swing is fifth, and now to the outside, moving up and getting a little closer is Smoothies Delight, is spotted second over as they work their way towards the half. Night Swing is on the inside, about 6 or 7 off the lead. Then Ambush Sealster, back to Pouncing Panther, and then Fishing in the Shadows, and it is Twinbee Cabo. 57-2 halftime, a 30-1 second panel breather. Rowdy Patrick is right there in tow in the pocket, and Written in Stone is third. Harbor Light Jimmy fourth, and 3 wide. Smoothies Delight now is coming on, and then Night Swing, and then moving on the outside, Ambush Sealster. Then it is back to Pouncing Panther and Fishing in the Shadows. It's Twinbee Cabo rolling on by 3/4, still leading Rowdy Patrick, who's going to come out right now from the backfield. Ambush Sealster is looking to ambush the top two, which are Twinbee Cabo and Rowdy Patrick. Ambush Sealster is flying late. Smoothies Delight's on the inside, fourth now, then Written in Stone and Fishing in the Shadows, and on down the stretch where they come. Ambush Sealster is closing hard. Twinbee Cabo's got the lead on the outside. Ambush Sealster, and Rowdy Patrick. It is close between those two. I'm not quite certain. Fishing in the Shadows and Twinbee Cabo. Ambush Sealster and Rowdy Patrick in a photo finish in 1:55. I'll tell you that Ambush Sealster did come from a long way back and was flying.
Thing I was right about with that horse is that he would not be leaving. There was absolutely no gate speed. He gapped off at the beginning, and I think he might have been ninth. If not, he was eighth early on. But wow, what a strong finish on the wide side too. He just kept on coming.
Yeah, and I said earlier when we were talking that horse would be mad that we weren't talking about him in the top 3. We talked about him for 4th, and well, he's right, because at worst he's second, and he might have been the winner. We'll get a better look at it. It's hard to tell when they're out wider to me here. If I had to guess, I'd say the 8 got there, but oh yes, the 8 got there. Just a little uncertainty, but yeah, Ambush Sealster, he had every reason to be mad at us.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I wasn't even thinking about him until you brought him up near the end, and I know we all had him in the top 4. Here he is. What a strong push on the end to pick off the 3-horse Rowdy Patrick. The front 2, they were just sitting ducks for this 21-1 closer.
Yeah, and it was just sitting there because, look, sure that he's got a tough post assignment, but he doesn't leave anyway, so it really doesn't matter. He's got 3 wins in 2 seconds in his previous 5, and well, he's just going to tack on another win. Yeah, you're right. He's got every reason to be mad at us.
He tacks on another win. He goes home with another new life vest. Confidence riding high, going in the right direction for this lightly raced son of all bets off. right by the Sealster Farms of Lucan, Ontario.
And he said, you've got your pick 5 there and your pick 4 and stuff with your 3-1-2. You can throw that one on
Ugh.
the floor.
No wait, no wait, I'm done.
Ambush seals your Ambush is your ticket here from off the
Oh,
pace. Ambush is mine too, but Rowdy Patrick was right there at the finish, but Ambush Sealster was better, and it's Jason Ryan with another driving win. 4-year-old all bets off. Bay Gelding of John and Allison and Caitlin Kennedy. John Kennedy is the trainer, also sharing in ownership. Valerie Phillips, 4th win this year. Ambush Sealster and Jason Ryan ambushes them in the 7th in 1:55 flat. And out trackside, we have the Kearney Derby Group. The Kearney Derby Group is here this evening. Love that hat. Seventh race, number 8, Ambush Sealster, 44.50, 14.60, and 3.30. 3, Rowdy Patrick, 3.70, 2.10. 1, Twin B Cabo, 2.10. $2 exactor, 175.30. Dollar try, $200. Dollar super, 888.05. 20-cent super, 177.61. 7th race. Order of finish from the top, 382-467-915. That's 382-467-915 on the bottom.
Submissions are now open for the 2026 Youth Contest presented by the Bill Galvin Racing Alliance. Kids can win cash prizes and a VIP night at the horse races. To enter the Youth Literary Derby, write a story or poem about anything related to standardbred horses. The Youth Literary Derby is open to students in grades 3 to 8 as of June 1st. To enter the Youth Art Derby, draw or sketch anything related to standardbred horses. The Youth Literary Derby is open to students in grades 3 to 12 as of June 1st. The deadline to enter both contests is August 31st. Visit our website for more information and inspiration.
field for race number 8. On parade 1, sneaking out, Austin Sorry for Don Lindsay and Paul Lindsay. Number 2 is Little Arrow, Jay Harris for Shane Barrington and Ronnie McLean. Number 3 is Jam Celebrity, Pretty Gollier for Steve Watson. Number 4, Massive Victory, Damien McClellan for Robert Kyle Fellows in Hut Racing. Number 5 is Crossroader, Dave Frankie Boughton for Don Lindsay and Paul Lindsay. Number 6 is Green Manalishi, J.B. Runo for Julie Walker and Doug Millard. Number 7, I Am That Special, Sammy Fillier for Paul Walker and Keith Coulter. Number 8 is Vimy Ridge Epona, Jason Rod for Steve Loppert and Paul Mazzetti. And number 9 is Totally Iconic, Paul McKenzie for Richard Leroux and Claude and Michel Baril. Let's get a look at this field for the 8th race. We've got a field of trotters, and we're going to work with the outside 2 first and start on the outside at Vimy Ridge Epona. Well, Post 8 came in the 7th. Why can't it come in here?
Yeah, I don't mind that one at all. I mean, Vimy Ridge Epona, Jason Ryan, another multiple driving win night at the river, and he was able to engineer that way back, coming from way back, ambush seals to get up there and pace to a new life best tonight. But he likely had a choice in here, Gary. I see he was on number 7, I Am That Special, in her latest 2 starts. So opting for the outside post here, but this horse won quite easy. I mean, there was never a question for this horse. But one that you want to keep an eye on in behind the gate, I believe this is the one from last season that would get a little bumpy prior to the start. I'm going to have to go back and check some replays from this one last season, but I've got one in my head that Jason Ryan drove in limited appearances. That real nice trotter, but yeah, here she is, kind of tossing her head a bit. So one to keep an eye on behind the gate if you're playing a gate call wagering.
Yeah, and there is some gate speed in this dash, although there's also a few X's on the dance card. But Vimy Ridge Epona is one that blasted to the front. We'll see. I think I'm That Special is going to leave just inside of her as well. But Vimy Ridge Epona, 9-5. I like the 70 here on top. I like the price. It's better at 9-1.
You got to love this price. I mean, she just went up another notch to 10-1. Sammy is another one of those hot drivers tonight. Multiple driving win night and pretty good form. She picked up a deuce in her latest over Flamborough, where she was able to ride the pocket. Quick trip there, 58-3, and that would work out to maybe some 57 speed here. Got to be a muscle mass, yes indeed. I mean, they get stamped. Muscle mass. You don't even have to look at the breeding. I'm looking at her right here, and then I quick glance down in the program, and yes, indeed, muscle mass. And yeah, if there's one trotting sire in Ontario that has stamped them for a number of years, it is muscle mass.
And 3 wins in 9 starts last year, and this last start was her best start of the season so far in just 3 tries, so it's headed in the right direction. Back to 6th, then a 4th, then a 2nd. So I thought the natural progression, well, winner again, y'all. 7-1 right now, Sammy Fillion. Number 9, Totally Iconic. Well, we're going to stay with the big numbers, so why not the trailer post? This is one that I got to call a winner at Flamborough May the 21st, so not that far back. Second last start.
That was a big victory, was way back, trotted a half and 102 and was a winner in 2 minutes. So back half, 57-4. There's tons of talent with this one. Just a trailing spot to overcome, but I don't mind that for a horse that can trot a big back half. So likely the best value on the board right now if you're in search of a long shot. If you're long shot shopping, number 9, Totally Iconic, and Mackenzie could be the one.
And even that final quarter, 28-3 at Mohawk, June the 1st. So even though scratched transportation that last start, June 1st is a decent line. So we're in on a nice rotation. Number 6, Greek Manalishi, a green Manalishi filly that was in an OSS Gold last race.
Right. Might have been outmatched in there, rode along up close, but faded late, had a break before that. So, of course, was looking for the clean line last time out. So you couldn't fault them for finishing well back. But you know what? 31-4 on the end of the mile. There's another trotter that, 31-4 is not going to get you much on the back end of a mile in Ontario.
I threw the 4-horse Massive Victory onto my ticket, although comes in off of a couple of breaks, so first order of business needs a flat line. You called this one winning a maiden race last month at Western Fair.
Yeah, some gate speed. I don't mind gate speed and leaving pretty much right behind the car, right? Maybe Damien keeps it together with this one and gets them forwardly placed.
Well, I'm at that special, and you're with Vimy Rijapona. We went to the outside. It's a field of 9 for race number 8. Field for race number 8. In position. There at the start of the rough, and Greek Manalishi is going to blast with Vimy Rijapona. Massive Victory is also getting out well as the field strides towards that first turn. Greek Manalishi's got the front. Now I'm That Special is racing second and pressing on. Massive Victory third, then Vimy Rijapona and Jam Celebrity and Little Arrow. Crossroader back to sneaking out, then Totally Iconic. They race to the opening quarter with Greek Manalishi, 2-1 on the board. I Am That Special at 7-1, found the pocket. Massive Victory is third. Vimy Rijapona races fourth. Quarter was 28 seconds, and it is J.B. Rideau and Greek Manalishi with the front. I'm That Special is in a good spot, racing second. Massive Victory third. Vimy Rijapona, Jam Celebrity, and Little Arrow is sixth, and then Crossroader is back in seventh and sneaking out. Back further is Totally Iconic as the field works their way on into the backstretch. Greek Manalishi of a 28 quarter, 58 half, 30-second breather. Greek Manalishi, I'm That Special, Massive Victory. Now there goes Vimy Rijapona popping out from fourth. Vimy Rijapona is up and challenging now, has moved up into contention. Massive Victory fourth, then Little Arrow and Jam Celebrity, and well back Crossroader, but it's still Greek Manalishi at 2-1 for J.B. Renault, and they race by 3/4, but now Vimy Rijapona is working closer. 3/4, 127-1, and I Am That Special is third and is tightening up a little bit in the pocket, and it is Greek Manalishi taking them to the top of the stretch. Greek Manalishi, Vimy Rijapona, I'm That Special looking to dart up the inside, and Massive Victories racing into the front. 4 on down the stretch, where they come. Vimy Rijapona is trying to get to Greek Manalishi up the inside. I'm That Special, 3 across the track as they come to the finish. Greek Manalishi holds on. Then Vimy Rijapona, I Am That Special, and Massive Victory, 1:57.2 was the mile time. Well, we argued who was better, the 8 or the 7, and you were right that the 8 was better than the 7. But you know what? So what? Because Greek Manalishi was better than those two.
Wow, what a turnaround for this one. I mean, I mentioned 31-4 on the end of the latest miles, not going to get you much. Well, 30-1. Home and 30-1 for a trip at 57-2. Never better. New lifetime best goes home with the Greek Manalishi. Julie Walker trained, Bert Renault driven to win.
I guess we really just have to think, well, Julie Walker knows whether this horse is any good, this filly, and put this one in a gold, and also put this one in a gold last year in September, and was on the lead to the top of the stretch, and was only beaten 2 1/4 in 55 in a gold last September the 29th.
Yeah, this filly by Green Manalishi just is still learning, obviously. Just the 7th career start here this evening. But again, going in the right direction now with a new mark, 57-2. Left sharply, too, like 28 flat. was able to settle down a 30 flat through the second quarter, and then was able to hold these two up. I mean, those were serious challengers to her left and right, and able to hold them off. Well done.
Yeah, and I just think the clue was the gold assignments, both last year and this
I
year. That
guess, yeah.
maybe
They
that
they thought highly enough of her to put her in there. So yeah, you'd have to figure Julie knows her trotters well, and to be entered into a gold, there had to be some talent show up at some point.
Yeah, well, those thoughts of her proved to be correct because she raced very much like she was a strong one in here. And look, also Bert drove this one like he believed she was really good.
Yeah, put her right on the lead, and again, quick opening quarter, and able to settle down, and she went along nicely. I thought, okay, she was a little soft on the end of her mile last time out. How's she going to hold off one that's coming to her and one that's been sitting in the pocket getting a perfect trip? But again, very confident through the stretch. There was never any doubt that this filly wasn't going to hold on.
Yeah, and I guess the difference is you're facing a less snug type than the gold, so you haven't been pressed as hard early, and that's the difference of why this one was stronger coming to the finish. In fact, strong enough to win. So it's a 6.874 Greek Manalishi, a 3-year-old green Manalishi Bay filly owned by Doug Millard of Woodstock. Julie Walker, the trainer, first win this year, second lifetime Greek Manalishi, victorious 157-2. 8th race, number 6, Greek Manalishi. 650, 330, 270. 8 Femi Bridge opponent, 260 and 240 and 7. I'm that special, 320. $2 exactor, $16.90. Dollar try, $34.15. Dollar super, $142.45. 20-cent super, $28.49. Eighth race, order finish from the top, 857-491-326. That's 857-491-326 on the bottom.
Winback Farm of Delaware offers several outstanding stallions, including EL Platinum, full brother to multiple stakes winners EL Ideal and EL Titan. Meadowlands Pace winner He's Watching, a Dan Panch Award winner and a world record holder over multiple sized ovals. Molotov Cocktail, a New York Sire Stakes final champion and multiple stakes winner. Nutcracker Sweet, half brother to the great Sweet Lou and a multiple stakes winner. Sports Column, a 19-time winner and a multiple Ontario Sire Stakes gold winner at 2 and 3, and Top Flight Angel, a Yonkers Trot final champion and a Breeders' Crown elimination winner. For more information, winbackfarm.com.
Field for the ninth race on parade. 1 is Better Beast, Damien McClellan for Kyle Bossens. Number 2, Remember the Beach, Mark McDonnell for Mitchell Tierney and Dale Betts. 3 is Sweet View, Austin Story for Cassidy Schneider, Colonel Schneider Jr. 4 is Happy in Control, Jay Hamworth for Dale Hurd and Antonio Tangretta. Number 5 is Relentless, Sammy Philly for Cassidy Schneider and Mickey Sudar and John Dewick. Number 6, he's Sporty, Paul McKenzie for Jim and Doreen Flynn. Number 7, Coal Creek Pantera, Bertie Gollier for Vic Putty and Limpco Incorporated. And number 8 is Country Grace, George Ketros drives and trains and owns. Field of 8, race number 9, Sugar. I think this dash is extremely wide open, and the tote board is telling us that with the 3-1 favorite on 2, Remember the Beach. But you went to number 4, Happy in Control. Now, one that last race, the connections weren't happy, pulled up with broken equipment, but they were mighty happy with the 2 previous starts.
Yeah, it was pretty good form prior to the latest, and I think I played this one last time, maybe out on top or had him in the multi-legs, but I think it might have been the flat tire last time for this one because Anthony was making a move in front of the grandstand and just kept on pulling him wide and bringing him back to the barn. But that's my guess. Don't quote me on it.
No,
but
you are correct.
Think you might have
flat
been
tire.
The flat tire. Oh, okay. Okay, so we see Jay Harris hopping on board here tonight. So I'm going to look for maybe some aggressiveness in the early going in what appears to be, like you said, a wide open field. Great betting board, by the way.
Yeah, and look, and also I mentioned those 2 wins, but just before that also was second beating the nose in a strong effort at Flamborough. So really brings strong form in, and you can just completely forget the last line like it never happened because the horse says,
he looks great too tonight.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do? The tire's flat. Like, come on, man, it's making me just work too hard. So, and then of course Anthony says, well, forget that. We're just going to get out of the way. But Happy in Control. You got to be happy to get 4-1 if it could hold there because it certainly brings in the form. I opted to a different one. We'll get to that one, but your second choice, Coal Creek Pantera, is also one that's coming in off of a win, and that was June the 3rd here, and a pretty strong effort with Travis Cullen driving there, and now it'll be Brady Gollier's.
Yeah, that was against Tougher too, Gary. Up for a $9,500 purse to win that latest. I mean, they got down to the half in 54, and this one just picked up the pieces late. But the confidence-building win by a neck, 153-2. Pretty good trip in the latest for the 1 victory on this season. So I'm going to hope the good times continue to roll for this big son of Panther Hanover. Brady Golliers hops on board tonight for Vic Buddy.
Yeah, it did win 3 of 28 last year, but just a win shy this year. But still, that was a very impressive mile. Now, obviously, it was helped out by the big early fractions of 54 and 1. Number 5, Relentless, is the one that I went to. Gets away from Mohawk, and I think maybe could be fine. You saw this one a couple of tries at London. We'll see what Relentless has to offer. Set up by Cassidy Schneider.
Yeah, the victory over London's missing from the chart lines there, but this horse got very sharp through the month of April and then bumped up the class ladder a bit and has been facing some pretty good talent in recent starts. If he's anything like he was through the month of April in London, he could get a big chunk here. Sam Filion driving for trainer Cassidy Schneider, Relentless. I'd like to see him grabbing on a little more because that's the way I was seeing him in April when he was very sharp. Coming out of the post braid, he'd be right on the bit. So maybe he's going to grab on a little more when he sees the gate set to start up.
Yeah, and his speed does translate well here. His speed at Mohawk, 52-3, just 2 starts back. Problem is the race went in 51-2. Number 2, Remember the Beach, 5-2 was the favorite when we started this discussion. Remember the Beach is one that's, got some gate speed. You didn't see it, of course, from the trailer post at Flamborough, but before that was racing at Flamborough and went to the front on a bunch of consecutive starts.
I picked this horse for 4, thinking he'd be a price. Right now, I would venture to say that he is way over bet. He's 3-1 in the morning line, so kind of living up to those odds. But like I said, the only reason I picked this horse in the top four was because I thought he'd be a big price player. I did not see 5-2 coming for this horse. Best value, got to be on the 4. Happy in Control.
A horse that I threw onto my ticket was 3 Sweetview. Did not fare well from the trailer post, but you saw this one race pretty competitively at London.
Austin drove this one during the Ontario Regional Driving Championship. That was the win by 5 lengths, and Austin loved him. So that's the beware angle for this race. Austin with 3, Sweetview.
Well, you're on 4, Happy in Control, but I took 5, Relentless. We'll see how it unfolds. It's a field of 8.
Yeah.
It is the 9th dash on a fabulous Friday night as the horses are gathered up at the river. And the field for the 9th race. In position. Nose on gate. They're at the start of the rough, and remember the beach is going to blast early. Sweetview is out well. Relentless is part of the early action. Then Coal Creek Pantera, Better Beast, and Happy in Control. Then he's Sporty and Country Grace. Remember the beach at 2-1's got the lead. Sweetview with a good view from the pocket at 30-1. Relentless is racing third in front of Better Beast and Coal Creek Pantera. Then it is Happy in Control, and he's Sporty and Country Grace trailing the field. Remember the Beach leads as they race off the turn. Remember the Beach has a lead of 1 3/4 as they come on towards us now. 2 Sweetview second, 27 opening quarter. Racing third is Relentless, and Better Beast is fourth. And then it is back to Coal Creek Pantera and Happy in Control. He's Sporty and Country Grace, and they work their way up towards the half. Remember the Beach has the lead for Mark McDonnell. Sweetview still's got that view from second in front of Relentless and Better Beast. 55-2 halftime at 28-2 second panel. Remember the Beach is marching. Sweetview is second. Relentless is racing position third and is going to come out right now. Relentless is on the move, and Relentless is trying to call it Remember the Beach. Remember the Beach leads it. Relentless has come on down and is taken over second, and then Sweetview on the inside. Better Beast is racing fourth. Coal Creek Pantera, Happy in Control is flying late. He's Sporty, and then it is back to Country Grace as the field turns for home. Relentless, but might have to deal with Happy in Control, who's come from way off the base, and Happy in Control is closing hard. Relentless, Happy in Control, Better Beast, and then Remember the Beach on down the stretch drive for Relentless off 3/4, 124-1. Relentless in closing now on the outside, charging late is Happy in Control. Relentless, Happy in Control might have gotten there. Happy in Control and Relentless and Better Beast and Sweetview. 153-1. We have seen some closing action here this evening at Grand River Raceway, Sugar.
Yeah, another photo finish. The photo finish getting their work this evening, and another tight one. Relentless trying to be there, and then the big closer, Happy in Control. That 4-horse took a lot of late action. When we mentioned, likely the best value on the board, he'd actually go away in there at 2-1.
Yeah, and he did win, so the closers have been able to come flying late. And it really, people often think of these tracks that aren't the big 7/8 track. Well, maybe they won't favor closers, because you need a bigger track.
Mm-hmm.
But the track is big enough, and the horses are able to get swinging off that turn and flying late. And here comes Happy in Control. Relentless, my top pick, is under siege as they come to the finish, and it is going to be Happy in Control to fly on by for Jay Everest, the Green Arrow.
The track has been playing very fair to all. Horses have been winning from everywhere. We've seen Gate to Wire. We've seen pocket rides to victory. We saw one win from last tonight, Ambush Sealster, and this one was from way back. So win from anywhere. This track is playing very fair.
And, you got your Happy in Control. We argued about your top one was the 4, mine was the 5, and, winner again, y'all.
We were in a win photo, Gary.
Yes, but unfortunately, it's not. It's not a tie. It's Happy in Control for you and Jay Harris. And look, the patience to sit back with this one, and they're willing to sit back because they get over this track pretty well, so they can make up a lot of ground.
Yeah, the 2 was very ambitious early, 27, 55, and 2. So it might have been sitting up for closer. When Relentless made that move on the backside, I thought this horse is going right on by and will not be caught. And then Happy in Control wants to find some interest late. And it came down to those 2. It was a good horse race.
What about Sweetview? We threw that one in 30 to 1.
Oh, big price, right? I mentioned Austin loved him in London, and that's a pretty good fourth in a quick mile for that horse, and even better beast with Damian McClellan. So, yeah, like I said, good horse race, and it all played fair for them all.
Well, it is a 4-5-1-3, and back in front of us is number 4, Happy in Control. 4-year-old Control the Moment Bay gelding, owned by Antonio Tangretta. Dale Hurd's the trainer, and Shea Harris the winning drive on Happy in Control. It's the 3rd win this year, 5th lifetime for Happy in Control. 150, 3-1, a new career best by 2 seconds. Ninth race for Happy in Control, $680, $410, $3. 5 Relentless, $460, $340. 1 Better Beast, $380. $2 Exactor, $30. Dollar Try, $47.95. Dollar Super, $249.45. 20-cent Super, $49.89. Ninth race. Order finish from the top down. 354 126 87. That's 354 126 87 on the bottom. Field for race number 10 on the track for the post parade. 1 is Super Puncher. It is Pat Houdon driving and training for William Cripps and Nelson Craig. 2 Scratch, 3 Silverback Jack, Nick Boyd for Robert Kyle Fellows, Marissa Wilson. 4 is Puff's Last Shadow, Paul McKenzie for David Fry and Sarah Fry. 5 is Outlaw Gran Torino, Jason Ryan for Kevin Stevens and Nicole Loeffler. 6 Dragons Better, Mark McDonnell for Keith McDonnell. Number 7 Arts Arsenal, Jay Harris for Paul Walter. 8, that'll be Tiger, Brady Gollier for Cassidy Schneider, Colonel Schneider Jr. 9 is Radley, Hanover Austin Story for Jacob Roberts and Triple S Equine. It's a field of 8, race number 10, the final dash featuring the Super High 5. Let's get a look at this field. And Outlaw Gran Torino's the one we both liked, despite that 6th place finish last time out at Mohawk Sugar.
Yeah, and it wasn't a bad 6th either. I went back to the replay and getting home just as good as any of them in there. It was the start before that, though, where he passed many horses through that final half, second best, back quarter, 28 in the piece for a trip there, and 55 and 1 at Flamborough. So 9 for 17 in the top 3, includes a couple of wins and 6 runner-up finishes. I think he finds a great spot to get the job done here. Jason Ryan's had himself a wonderful night, hitting the winner's circle on multiple occasions. So give him a big shot to close it out, Gary.
And then also that second 2 races to go, that was in the class above this one, so it's a drop in terms of that. But in the bottom class at Mohawk, but I think this is a class drop if you take a look at the group 5 to 2. Number 4, Puff's Last Shadow, is one that, well, the form isn't great, but now gets away from Mohawk. But the problem is 10 starts on the season, nary a top 3 finish.
Yeah, and it seems void of gate speed, too. How does he get involved? But the reason I went to him, it's just that big class drop, right? And he does show lots of miles in the 54 and 55 range over Woodbine Mohawk Park. Should be good enough to get him involved here in a 55 or 56 mile. Paul McKenzie gets the driving assignment tonight. So, yeah, I had to use him for second, and I guess so did you too, right?
Yeah, we both went that way. It's just, you know, really after Outlaw Gran Torino, I couldn't find anything that I fell in love with in Puff's Last Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
I thought on speed is why you would use this one, certainly not on form, but just might find this to be a better spot to race out of, so we'll see. It's good, but definitely going to need a form turnaround. Number 8, that'll be Tiger. Well, you know what? You watch this evening, you're probably less afraid to bet from post position 8 right now.
Right, because we've seen horses win from everywhere, like on the lead, from up close, and from way back. Well, that'll be Tiger. Took some early action here. He's starting to drift up a bit now to 7 to 2. But I watched him win quite a few races this spring where he circled them, like on the 4 and 5 wide side. He's got a big push on the end of it. If he doesn't get used early, if he goes straight to the back and waits for them to come back to him, be looking for him late, because, again, we've seen horses swooping from way back tonight. I wouldn't put it past that'll be Tiger to do the late business as well.
And then one Super Puncher, the swooping will be of the different kind. I think is going to blast from post position 1.
Yeah, we've seen him a few times last summer at Grand River Raceway, and that was the way he did it. He wanted to race up close, right? So that's what I was thinking. Leave, be up close, and stick around late.
Well, he certainly blasted. Post 9 is the outside post at Sarnia last race and went to the front, so you'd have to think if you're going to leave from the very outside on post 9 on a 5/8 track at Sarnia, you're going to leave from post position 1. 5 to 1 on the board. We might as well get to 9. Radley, Hanover, Austin Story, Jacob Roberts. It's just the second start of the year.
Second start of the year and second time for trainer Jacob Roberts. I've been looking for horses of his that have been showing some prices, and here's one. 11-1 currently, following out speed. Nothing doing last time out when parked the mile at Hanover again. This is second time for trainer Jake Roberts, who we've seen put some long shots in the winner's circle over the last few weeks in Ontario. The beware angle for this 9.
You know, one thing with this bottom class, even though we're in pretty much agreement, you get this bottom class, and really it's the remedial class. So anything can happen in here.
100%. Anything can and just might.
Well, you have a field of 8 taking up their positions as they're turning their way into the backstretch, approaching the start. It's the final dash on a Friday night at Grand River Raceway.
Let's go.
We are gathered at the river. Field 4, race number 10. All in position. There at the start, out like Gran Torino, Dragon's Better, Arts Arsenal, and That'll Be Tiger. But it is going to be Dragon's Better who's going to leave quickest of all. And Dragon's Better and Mark McDonnell is put in play. Arts Arsenal, then racing third, Super Puncher. Outlaw Gran Torino is positioned fourth and now is going to take back and try to find a seat on the pylons and is going to do so fourth, working in front of That'll Be Tiger. Then it is back to Silverback Jack, Radley, Hanover, and Puff Slash Shadow. Field of 8 as they race on to the opening quarter. Dragon's Better is better right now. 27-1's the opening quarter. 6-1 on the board for Dragon's Better. Arts Arsenal, Super Puncher third. Heavily favored Outlaw Gran Torino. 3-5 on the board is fourth right now. Now angling to the outside. That'll Be Tiger is racing on the outside, and he is positioned to fifth. Then it is back to Silverback Jack, Radley, Hanover, and trailing the field is Puff Slash Shadow. Dragon's Better, lively half of 55-4, looking to bottom out this field. From the backfield, That'll Be Tiger starting to roar, but second is Arts Arsenal. Super Puncher now is going to move to the outside, and is come on the outside third as they race their way on toward three quarters. Super Puncher's got to make up about 5 or 6 lengths to Dragon's Better, who's leading. Dragon's Better by 3 quarters. Dragon's Better is still breathing fire. 3 quarters, 124-1. Super Puncher, Arts Arsenal. Now Radley Hanover has come on as the field is about to turn for home. Or rather, that is Outlaw Gran Torino out there 3 wide. And now Puff Slash Shadow, and then That'll Be Tiger in the field turns for home. Dragon's Better's done a lot of work and is starting to tire. Dragon's Better now driving the late is Outlaw Gran Torino. Dragon's Better, Outlaw Gran Torino, but Dragon's Better is going to get home in front. Outlaw Gran Torino, Super Puncher, Puff Slash Shadow, and Arts Arsenal. 154-3. Dragon's Better just fired out to the front. I thought maybe when they turned for home we'd get another big closer, but Dragon's Better was at least able to find enough to keep on going. Came home in 30-2.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. Fresh up from Truro. Truro, Nova Scotia's half miler, and now in the barn of Keith McDonnell, his brother Mark McDonnell, put him on top all the way. And when in doubt, what number do you go to in a harness racing finale, right?
Oh, my. Oh, my.
Yeah. Say it with me.
Yeah, no. But listen, you know how you could have got to this one? You had to look at last year. 5 wins, including a win here in 52-1.
Yeah, geez, yeah. It's tough when you see a horse like this win, and he wasn't on the radar at all. You got to look for things, and yeah, you just spotted it. A pretty good record indeed, and 52-1 score last season at the River. Had enough to go all the way tonight. 54-3, big trip.
It's just that those first 2 trips at Truro, they don't make you think that this horse is ready to come back to last year. But, well, a change of scenery comes in here and says, yeah, I think I'm ready to now make things work out a lot better.
Guess he was in good hands for this one. It's the third start back off the layoff, and a sharp win, 54-3, and upset fashion. He's a winner at 6-1, Gary. I had to go check the odds before he was coming back here. I thought he might have been 20 or 30-1.
Yeah. And what did I say? We get this bottom class. They earn their way in here.
Oh.
Anything can happen. Well, there it is. And but yeah, if you look at last year, then you could find it.
could find it, but you'd have to look a long time.
Sugar, enjoy your weekend. We're going to do it again on Monday.
Catch you then. Good job there, Gary.
65147's the top five, and Dragons Better, 5-year-old Fear the Dragon Bay gelding, leased by Keith McDonnell, who's also the trainer. Mark McDonnell is the winning driver. It's the first win this year, 13th lifetime. Dragons Better, amount of 154 and 3. Tenth race, number 6, Dragons Better, 15-10, 5-20, and 320. 5 Outlaw Grand Torino, 250, 210. 1 Super Puncher, 270. $2 exactor, 33.80. Dollars ride, 29.45. We had a 20-cent high five of 180, 105. 20-cent pick 3 of 1890. 20-cent pick 4 of 1240.69. And we've got a pick 5 carryover into Monday of 3245.39. The 10th race, order of finish from the top, is a 3 scratch 7 4 2 1 5 6 8. That's 3 scratch 7 4 2 1 5 6 8 scratch on the bottom. That concludes the program for this Friday evening. Our next racing event is Monday, first dash 6:20 p.m. Buenas noches, amigos. Good night, everybody.